Suck our dicks!
Yes! I tell you, it just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter!
Well, woman I love is named Ramona. She kinda looks like Tempest Storm, and she can dance like a little Egypt. She works down the snake farm. Snake farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake farm, it pretty much is snake farm. It's a reptile house, snake farm. Ramona's got a keen sense of humor. She got a tattoo down her arm. It's of a python eating a little mouse, wearing a sailor hat that says Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. I asked Ramona how come she works there. She says, well, it's got its charm. There's nothing to do in the winter now, then some kid gets paid at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. This is a sing-along. Really. It goes Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. It ain't exactly kumbaya, but being a music fog, it ought to be perfect. Help me now, be on TV. It said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Getting into it now. Well, Ramona likes malt liquor and a band from Wales that's called The Alarm. She said she cried when they broke up. She still plays the record that's a Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Sometimes Ramona calls me up and says, come on down here, it's getting warm. And she runs everybody off, and we, you know, it's the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Help me now. I said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna need a couple more minutes. It's a rough night, rough morning. We'll be right with you with some ClusterF. I swear.
So red, my flag is rebel. Knocked up my gun.
This one seems to be glitchy. It doesn't. Let's see if it's. Last time it stopped right in the middle. Let's see what happens.
With Doja Cat. Still play inside of my head. Whip your ass, my neck is so red.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this one. It always glitches out every time. It didn't work. Try it here. Sorry about that. Let's try it on YouTube, see if it plays. Probably not.
Doja Cat. Bitch, I said my name's Ned. I make meth inside of my shed. Not too bright cause I am inbred. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. Bitch, I said what I said. I make meth inside of my shed. Got a steel plate inside of my head. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. My flag is rebel. Knocked up my cousin named Ethel. I play heavy metal. It's natty light I guzzle. I'm dressed in camo. Tip cup I chew tobacco. I play the fiddle. Snort blow I got the sniffles. Domestic, my ex-wife is hitting me, calling the cops, but now she is kissing me. Fentanyl, that stuff is sure gripping me. Breathe that Narcan so deep into me. Johnny Law is my biggest enemy. Drank too much, got no big dick energy. Don't taste me, cause I'll be surrendering. My PTSD is still lingering. EBT, I'm eating on your dime. Smoke a bowl right under your porch light. Smoke a bowl, then I'll play Fortnite. Smoke a bowl, then I'll snort 4 lines. Ick. Can't pay rent, no prayer. Ick, broken down car, got no spare. Ick, on parole, can't go nowhere. Cops pass by, oh, I get so scared. Bitch, I said what I said. I make meth inside of my shed. Not too bright, cause I am inbred. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. Bitch, I said what I said. I make meth inside of my shed. Got a steel plate inside of my head. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. My flag is rebel. Knocked up my cousin named Ethel. I play heavy metal. It's natty light I guzzle. I'm dressed in camo. Tip cup I chew tobacco. I play the fiddle. Snort blow I got the sniffles. Play my tape of Billy Ray Cyrus. HPV is my favorite virus. Mess with me, I'm badder than ISIS. No pain pills, yeah, this is a crisis. Treat her bad, oh yeah, cause she likes it. Down a pole, my girlfriend is sliding. Freaking out, too much psilocybin. I like making out. If you are my kin, got DUIs, can't drive my car. Ride my mower up to the bar. Sipping moonshine straight from the jar. Passing right out in my front yard. I'm scheming, Lord. Girlfriend left cause she's a whore. Got wasted on 12 PBRs. Blacked out and peed right inside my drawers. Bitch, I said what I said. I make meth inside of my shed. Not too bright cause I'm inbred. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. Bitch, I said what I said. I make meth inside of my shed. Got a steel plate inside of my head. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. My flag is rebel. Knocked up my cousin named Ethel. I play heavy metal. It's natty light I guzzle. I'm dressed in camo. Tip cup I chew tobacco. I play the fiddle. Snort blow I got the sniffles. Bitch, I said what I said. I'll make meth inside of my shed. Not too bright cause I'm in bed. Whip your ass, my neck is so red. Bitch, I said what I said. I'll make meth inside of my shed. Got a steel plate inside of my head. Whip your ass, my neck is so red.
I gotta get my water. Where is it? I don't think you can find it. Welcome, good morning, welcome to ClusterF. Oh my God, fresh after a 4-hour hang. 10:30. We were hanging till 10:30 last night. Very exciting new project too. That was a great show. We can talk about anything.
Cats.
You can only check that out on the VIP. But soon to be nationwide, sweeping the nation. Tell us about the exciting new Twitch discounts and Twitch supplements, babe.
Well, you can get bonus bits until the 20th, which I didn't
Bonus bits.
see the thing pop up again, so I forgot what it was. It was like you get like a 3% or something.
I
if
think
you cheer bits.
I think it's like 10.
Anything
It's like
over 300
Yeah.
bits,
it's like 10%.
Twitch will give us 10% of more bits. And then you also get it's until the 20th, and then you get 25% off of subs.
25%
until
off subs.
January 2nd.
So they got
25% off
they're
the
making
subs.
crazy Christmas deals. Yeah, we had a hype train last night, which meant that 10% of that hype train, Twitch added on. So that was pretty
Nice.
cool. Jamie the plumber, I didn't give him props last night because I couldn't figure out how to get to this. It was merely the click of an arrow. Jamie the plumber,
Yeah.
14,800 on top of the leaderboard. Who's that? Who's that? It won't give me the names. Let me see. Nope, it's not going to give me the names. I don't like. Maybe if I make, I gotta make.
What?
Maybe if I make the screen bigger, it'll give me the names.
Tell me does it start with something?
Oh shit! What happened there? Can you see? Do you have a leaderboard?
Yeah, well,
No.
yeah.
Okay. Well, who's the top three?
Well, you're looking at a different place. You're looking up there. It says Johnny Loco, Johnny Goddamn Loco,
Okay, might be number 2.
7,000.
7,000.
And then the third was Twitch,
Oh,
3,280.
yeah. So Twitch Twitch gets the computer medal or whatever it is, the bronze medal. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my act together today. Just not.
I got so
I
much.
don't have my act like normally. I've got my level of incompetence kind of down. You know, it's pretty seamless. So, on the show, it goes pretty well. But the deer were everywhere this morning. It's so frustrating when you go out and you chase a deer into the woods and you turn around and take 10 steps and look back and he's following you, and it's like, do you want the dogs to get you? It's like, and then there's a cat. There's cat's been hanging out. Get the fuck out of my yard, cat.
I'm bringing animals and
you have
dropping them off.
Do you have a death wish? I mean, no, it's a neighbor's cat. But she's got a death wish.
That's how
wish.
cats are, man. They
Ah,
got
it's like, get the fuck
their
outta
own
here.
property, and they just want to wander
You
onto
want
someone
to wander
else's.
on him? He was almost inside the fence, the backyard fence yesterday. I'm like,
Ugh.
yeah, you get stuck back there with 6 dogs. That's not a good idea, cat.
Yeah, I mean, even the Indians didn't understand you can own land, so I doubt cats get it.
You'd think they'd be like, if I come over here, something's going to chase me. They would know that. Of course, a deer, they don't know it either.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
I've got-
Stupid ass. Tucson Chicks, 37 months subscription. Thank you very much. That's deep. Appreciate it.
Sean Raz.
Sean Raz, 52 months. Appreciate it, Sean. Sean, he sent me a shitty song of the week, and then I think the next day he said, hold everything. I got a shittier song. So we got the Sean Raz shittiest song of the week coming up.
Shittier song.
Shittier song of the week coming up today. So thank you very much, Sean Raz.
Man, the second my kids are of age, I'm getting off the grid and living in the woods. I hope Lauren comes with me.
Ah, she ain't coming with you.
I'm not doing it anymore. I got a story about self-checkout that you probably won't ever go back to self-checkout again.
About me, you don't have to worry about me because I don't go to self-checkout.
I never do, but
Ever,
I was in
ever,
a hurry
ever.
the other day on the way to my soccer game, and I got 2 Mountain Dews
Yeah.
and a 5-hour energy
At where? Where were you? A convenience store?
at the Dollar General.
Oh, Dollar General. Okay.
I accidentally paid triple for the 5-hour energy and only one of the Mountain Dews. And, I go home, and a couple days later, I get a call from the sheriff's office. And this is just, I'm so confused by this call. It's like, this is, Sumter County Sheriff's Office. This is Trace Waters. I'm like, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to tell you that I'm Trace Waters. Like, I don't know.
Well, first of all, you got to worry about
You have to say, I don't know, who is this?
Yeah, I don't know. And
Because-
yeah, but they said it was Sumter County.
Yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean?
I think you just hang up.
I should,
And they just showed up at your house.
Yeah, then they'd have showed up at my house, but I was tempted. I was like, I don't want to. I'm not going to incriminate myself or anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you like Mountain Dew or do you drink Mountain Dew? And I had got the Mountain Dew for Lauren.
That doesn't sound like a question a cop would ask.
And he's like, do you drink Mountain Dew? I'm like, nope. He's like, what about 5 Hour Energy? And I was just tired that day and got one. I never drink it. So I'm like, nope, I don't drink 5 Hour Energy either. It's like, well, I got you on camera stealing some Mountain Dew at the store and some milk and some sausage. And I had told him that I was on the way to my kid's soccer game. And he's arguing that, well, I don't believe that you went to your kid's soccer game because you got milk and sausage. Where did you put that when you bought it? But I didn't buy milk or sausage. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about at this point. So, and he's like, is this Trace Waters? I was like, yeah. And he's like, husband of Lauren Waters. Your ID says that you live in Wesley Chapel, but you don't live in Wesley Chapel. You live in Sumter County. And they get I was like, how do you fucking know all this? He's like, oh, the self-recognizing technology tells me all this. And it says that you frequent that Dollar General too much to live in Wesley Chapel.
It sounds very suspicious.
That sounds very...
This is a Dollar General employee pretending to be a cop or something else. It's not. That's not a cop.
No, it is a cop. And after he hung up with me, he sees somehow that Lauren's dad is a cop and calls him. And tells him, and this is,
did her dad know who he was?
Yeah. And, it's
Did you say you didn't buy sausage and
yeah,
milk?
and then I got to call him back and be like, he's like, well, do you have your receipt? I was like, I don't know. He's like, can you go in your bank account and see? And so I went in my bank account. And I see a charge, but I didn't know what call him back. He's like, well, I need you to go back up there and pay for the Mountain Dew and the milk and sausage you stole. And I go up, and the lady tells me, oh, no, it was the guy behind you that got milk and sausage or whatever. And it was just a whole ordeal. And these face recognizing things, he said that if you get your wallet out, and get your ID or anything, while you're at the face recognition thing, it'll go in your wallet and see your ID and it'll all read all your information. And I guess
none of this is true. I don't believe one word of this story.
It is all. What do you mean?
Who would it be?
You
can't get inside your wallet and read something.
That's what they're saying. We looked up videos about it, and it's like, yeah, it reads all the information in your wallet.
If your wallet and it doesn't go inside, you have to your ID.
If it can see your ID,
it can see your ID,
it's gonna get all your information. They say they catch a lot of felons like that. If you go to the Dollar General as a felon and use a self-checkout, it sends a notification to the sheriff's office that you were at that store.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, well, why haven't they caught all the criminals then?
They're busy looking for people who took some sausage and milk.
Did you tell them you didn't take sausage and milk? I mean, I would have
made
sure
it was like 4 days
that.
Later. I'm like, I guess I bought sausage and milk. And then, it took me
I would know if I bought sausage and milk at the Dollar General.
Yeah.
3 weeks later.
I didn't feel like I did, but I had gone and bought milk the day before at a different Dollar General, so that was kind of stuck in my head. I'm like, what store is he talking about? Then I had to go up there.
So maybe Sumter County's different because there's not a lot of action in Sumter County and population if you compare it to other counties like Pasco and Hillsborough. So the cops have time to go for these people, because self-checkout ripoffs are becoming a new thing. And so maybe that's, they got time
I don't know how they would have his phone number.
Yeah, I have my phone number, everything from this Dollar General.
It just seems a little off.
Something seems off there.
Just something doesn't seem right about it.
What do you, I mean?
I know, I'm not doubting that. It just seems something like...
Seems like the caller wasn't...
The caller was somebody that Laura knows as a sheriff in Sumter County.
I think the cop that I think the Sumter County cop is working for Dollar General on the side,
Yeah.
and then he doesn't have to follow police protocols, and he's gonna get that money no matter what, because Dollar General's paying him to enforce the.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because they don't care. They don't care if your 4-wheeler gets stolen, right?
No.
They don't
But
even
they
try to look. They
but
could
they care
care
about
less.
a gallon of
But
milk
they
and
care about
a package of
yeah.
sausage. They're going to spend 17 man hours doing that. I don't.
Right.
So I believe it. It was a sheriff, maybe. I think he's working on the take.
Yeah. I figured out his personal cell phone number and called him back on that. It kind of freaked him out.
How'd you figure that out?
I got it from Lauren's dad. And when he picked up, he like yelled at me about. He was like, "This is, if this is a scam call going on, I'm not taking any. I don't want any insurance." He was like ready for one of those
This
calls.
guy's a loose cannon. You report him immediately to the Sumter County Sheriff's Department for harassment.
But I mean, we started, and you don't believe it. You're not believing me. I didn't believe it. But these self checkouts are taking every little bit. I will not go back to Dollar General ever again. And if I do, I'm wearing a fucking ski mask and sunglasses.
And getting shot.
Well, why?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
they don't have my permission to take all my information? How can they do that?
They should have to have a sign at the front of their doors.
That's bullshit.
Saying we are scanning everything you own in your wallet.
They
We're
used to have.
keeping track of every purchase you make and every.
They used to have. They have to
everything.
have a sign up that said this store is under video surveillance.
Maybe they do.
And
Check
this,
it out before.
and this is 10 times worse than video surveillance. With this facial recognition bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's these fuckers.
And to tell you frequent this store too much to not live out here.
The fuck are you?
Fucking
To,
mind your own business, fuckface.
don't be making suppositions in your misdemeanor investigation of an accidental charge.
Well, I had paid. So I ended up being the 5-hour energies $3.25 and a soda's like $2.
Yeah.
So at this point I've overpaid. I've explained that to the cop, and I've explained that even if all that is wrong, I have a record of 32 years saying that I've never stolen anything. Won't that get me out of this stupid? I owe the Dollar General $1, whatever. He's like, nope, it's up to Dollar General. So when you go pay, if they call me back, I'm gonna have to come up there and arrest you. If
$1.25?
Dollar General, if the Dollar General wants to press charges,
I ain't buying this shit. This cop's an asshole. Fuck this cop. I don't say fuck the police, but certain people, I don't, why would you be giving somebody such a hard time and being such a dick over, $1.25 and accidental charge?
Since when would the cops call your house over $1? Of course, he thought you stole.
milk and sausage.
and
Still, you're talking about
a bunch of stuff.
$8.
So what did you do? You went to Dollar General?
And apologized and gave him the money, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to go to. And I couldn't. I went up there one day, and they're like, "Oh, the manager's not here. You're gonna have to come back in the morning and figure this out." So I was just fucking panicked for a day and a half, just sitting at my house, trying to watch TV, but I can't even watch TV because I'm just paranoid that I gotta go up to Dollar General tomorrow and see if I go maybe possibly turn myself into the cops. That's kind of what was going through my head. I was like, they just want me to go up to the Dollar General so they know where I am so they can come fucking get me. Mm-hmm. And so I just walked in nervous, but I talked to the manager. They were like, I go there this is the Dollar General I go to every single day.
Yeah.
So at least they, kind of recognize me, and I don't steal from, I don't even use a self-checkout usually when I go. So they recognize me and were like, oh, thanks for coming back and paying for it.
So you didn't say I didn't buy any sausage?
I didn't. At this point,
I would have argued with him.
Well, I ended up. I just pay him for the Mountain Dew, but I don't know. They were like, oh, some guy the guy behind you in line had milk and sausage and rang it up almost under you. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. But I am not going to these stores anymore. I don't know where I'm going to go because everywhere has it. Winn-Dixie has it.
Well,
Walmart
like
has
you said, the small places, like when you go to the marathons, like the one up here by the airport, I bet they don't have it. You think they got it?
No, Marathon
So you gotta
doesn't
go.
have
So you
it.
got to go to places like that.
One of the reasons I go there.
Well, there's some nice new marathons you probably don't want to go to, but,
Yeah.
but the individually owned, you can tell they're always trashy, a little trashy. Anytime it's an individually owned convenience store, it doesn't. It's dingy. It's not like they don't care.
The only ones I go to.
So that's where you got to go.
Because they don't have all the money to.
They don't have the money for and what they do is this is you got to think in the big picture. They're letting society they're let a lot of criminals go, a lot more than they used to. Every time at night on the news you hear about some guy with 34 rap sheet and he's out there committing more crimes. So to let the criminals go, that they let the crime increase, and then you welcome facial recognition.
Yeah.
Because to stop all
People
this bad stuff.
Beg
That's
for
all-
everything bad.
That's all it is.
And
That's
I'm
all
not
it is.
even doing. I believe if they have self checkout at their, even if you do go up to a register, I believe there's camera somewhere, probably getting your information anyway, even if you're not in the self checkout, and there's probably cameras in the Walmart parking lot telling them what your license plate is and what car you drive and if your tag's expired. And I mean,
Really bringing me down.
I'm
USA.
I'm moving to the woods. I was the
They got,
night.
they got satellites, buddy.
Yeah. The night Lauren wasn't home that night, and I walked up to the gas station. Worst idea I've ever had. It just seems like such a short drive.
How long is it?
It took me 3 hours. I thought it was going to take
You were
me.
obviously intoxicated. I was going to walk out just right
It doesn't-
around the corner. It's only a 5-minute drive. 3 hours later.
I did the same thing last night, but drove. There was an old rickety bike that somebody gave me a while ago, and I was like, I'll drive the bike up there tonight because I was home all day without a car, and so I was like, I'm gonna drive the bike up there.
Ride the bike
up there. I ended up giving the bike to somebody for a ride home. I gave the worker at Marathon my bicycle and was like, I'll give you this bicycle if you drive me 3 miles down the road. Because it was windy, and just like the wind going against me the whole time up there. It was a little bit cold, so I had a jacket on, but I was sweating. Oh, my God. I sound like a little bitch. It's harder than you think, especially with a bike with a rusty chain and axles. Whew, it only took me like 20 minutes to get up there. When I got up there, I was just sitting in the parking lot like, I'm not doing this again. I'm gonna pay somebody or give them my bicycle to drive me home.
20-minute bike rides too much for you?
Yeah, my legs were burning. I haven't done physical activity in months.
Oh, I definitely need to put you through the Mike exercise challenge next door, riding laps and doing push-ups. I'm definitely doing that next week.
And there was like
filming
a
you.
15-mile-an-hour wind coming right at me, and I was just fighting it the whole time.
That
I
does
was just
suck.
like,
Yeah, but you would have been going with the wind.
on the way. I wasn't doing it. There was no chance of the wind changing direction and me having to ever possibly do that again.
And if you're riding a bike, against the wind, and then you're gonna make a loop, you're exercising, and you go a mile into the wind, you're like, this is the worst. Now I get to go with the wind, and you go like, where's the wind?
Yep.
It never feels like anything when you're going with it. It's just the way it is, and it's so hard to go against the wind. AJ the Linger says, even if they have facial recognition, I think it's hardly legal for them to be going in your wallet and getting information. And I believe that's true. I believe that would be an unreasonable search and search. Or
I don't
right?
need to be. I don't need to be searched basically every time I walk in a store.
This isn't
just fuck right
this,
off.
I mean that information that I told you was off of YouTube because we were looking up what the facial recognition does.
So it's fake.
But it did say, that if it can see in your wallet, it will take any information it can get
illegally. And if it's illegal if they use that information, like that cop did. You need to call the Sumter County Sheriff Department and tell them to promote this guy to detective. Because if he's working this hard for some milk and sausage, I want him on, the case where somebody, killed a relative.
Yeah.
This guy's going to get to the bottom of it. Oh, this guy deserves a commendation.
Why isn't he working at that?
I'm surprised they called me back because there was a shooting where they killed a pedophile that day too.
Really?
In Sumter County. I was like, are they really calling me back when they got this going on?
Yeah, they got a lot of time on their hand. Sumter County must be the place to go.
He must be working on the side for Dollar General.
I'm telling you, something like that.
Man.
Because normally, you know what they do. They'll come out, okay, take your, you know.
They don't give a rat's ass. See, but he had a vested interest because
'cause
Dollar
he's getting
General is
paid.
paying him $20 an hour to hunt down people. Yep, that's what. We
The most
busted it. Let's go get a job as detectives
That's
ourselves,
definitely
babe.
what it is. Because they'll come to your business. If you get broken into it, your business, they'll
They
come
don't
there.
give a fuck.
Take all the information. They'll go, all right, we'll get back with you. Psst,
And-
never see
and even
them
when you-
again. They
and when
don't
you-
even look.
When you go, so what do you think? You know, do you think you're gonna be able to catch this guy? They'll be like, nah. They'll be honest with you, like, no, you know.
Well, maybe they'd catch
Unless
him if they
someone
gave,
tells them.
if you had facial recognition at your store and you're like, well, here's where he lives, here's his name, here's his phone number, here's his address, here's all his information. But, the most irritating thing was I shop at Dollar General. Probably if you took everybody in the chat, I would still have the highest bill from Dollar General a month because it's like the only thing by my house. So I go there and on my way home from here, like, I don't really pass a single fucking store all the way to my house except for that Dollar General.
Yep.
So I stop there almost every day.
Yeah.
I probably spend $7,000-8,000 there a year.
So what you need to do is stop shopping there and show them.
Yeah, I'm
Show
not
them.
shopping anywhere that even has those cameras out. But it's gonna. I mean,
Does Jackie's have them?
no,
They don't have self checkout.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
But I'm just not doing. I'm not gonna do it, and it's gonna be just the biggest pain in the ass because, Winn-Dixie has it, Walmart has it, most of the groceries or the convenience stores have it. Almost anywhere you go has it. If you're not going to mom and pop
Bunch
stores.
of BS. So, there's this new Circle K up there on not Livingston, County Line, brand new, a couple months old. And I went there. That's where I had my self checkout, episode. Where they thought I was getting upset.
Yeah.
And so they accommodated me because I was getting a little loud. And I needed gas, and I was gonna stop and go to the bathroom. And I was like, no, not here. I'm not going to buy anything here, and I'm not going to even go to this place because I don't believe in this self-checkout. And I'm going to be in the same boat you as, just going to, crappy hole-in-the-wall places that don't have facial recognition and self-checkout.
When I deliver flowers, I've been doing this for almost probably over a year now. But if they're a corporate gas station, I'll stop there and I'll go poo, and then I'll go get out
And not
go,
flush it.
and then I'll go to the marathon and buy all my stuff. I don't know. I'm just I'm gonna poo there.
You're making
It's
a
all you
stand.
can do.
You're taking a stand by
What
squatting.
else is a man to do?
You're taking a stand. I like it. What you should do is go to the corporate ones and take an upper decker. Take an upper. Do you know what an upper decker
catch
is,
me.
babe? Oh, she doesn't know what an upper decker is.
Yeah, they're gonna come. I'm gonna get a call the next day. We recognized your poo in the top of the toilet.
Oh,
It's when you take it in the tank and you close it back up.
that's just disgusting.
Yeah, it'd be a good way to get
Only
back
a
at
man would
It'd
think
be
of
good to
that.
get back at somebody. Like the time
Don't tell him to do that.
like the time in 1999. Was that when it was? No, it's 1991 or something, where Dale Doe put a salmon up in the ceiling tiles of Al Gardner's office at WFLA.
Yeah.
And he was going crazy. Like for a week, he was like going to everybody going, "Where is it?" I could, because it was starting to reek.
Yeah.
And they finally found it up in there.
That's so gross. I
Pretty
can
fun.
imagine what that would smell
Pretty
like.
funny.
Kiko with Hogan says, shit like this only happens to Trace. Just saying. Maybe it's how high or drunk he is. Yeah.
So, yeah, but there's something going on though. That's pretty interesting. If that was actually just a cop doing cop work, it's like, well, that's a lot of. He's really invested in this sausage and milk. I think he's got more of a personal interest and he's getting paid. That's what I'm thinking, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I see the cops at they're always up at the Dollar General trying to find facial recognition people that steal from the self-checkout. They're always in the back watching videos and
How
stuff.
do you know?
Because they're there all the time when I go there in the back watching the camera.
Well,
Well,
that must
I
be.
guess you better be more careful. then.
You know, like
You
I
see-
think a smaller county, they got more time to do
Maybe
that
not
stuff.
much going on.
maybe that Dollar General pays them because they get a lot of theft.
The Village is in Sumter County, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't. There's probably not a lot of theft from those people. you know?
Nah,
At the
they got
at the
money.
self-checkout.
Everybody's got money.
Oh, I got a good video for Jerry. I can't play it now. It's about the Villages, but it's a good one.
Isn't there a
It's
Dollar
a good one.
General also over by Jackie's?
Yeah, they're everywhere out where I live.
Oh. Maybe that's why they're put. Someone said that
Everywhere.
in chat. Maybe that's why they're putting Dollar Generals everywhere because they got all that self recognition and.
Yeah, it bums me out. Turn into a surveillance state.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And
really,
people-
all they did was make me go pay for my Mountain Dew, even though I paid for a third 5-hour energy that I didn't even get.
But you know, like if say I'm using self checkout because I had to somewhere, and I screw it up because I'm not good at self checkout because I'm not a cashier, and I don't want the cops calling me the next day because I didn't ring up the Tic Tacs. You know,
Yeah.
I don't. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
not-
want
I'm-
to call me at all.
it's like okay, if there's such a problem with self checkout theft, quit doing the fucking self checkout as a corporation. Eat it. It's bullshit.
Even if I weren't to pay for anything, I still, that's why I was like, I'm not a paid cashier. Oh, well, you should have checked your
Yeah.
receipt. I was like,
Fuck
I
you.
don't,
Check
I
my
don't get my
Fuck
receipt
you.
anywhere I go. The guy was,
don't-
called me back after it was all resolved and was like, what did we learn? And I was like, not to use fucking self-checkout. He's like, how about you start checking your receipt? I was like,
I
don't
don't
get
think
my-
you're required to check your fucking receipt. I'm telling you right now, you are not required to check. Here's my defense: I don't know math. I don't know numbers.
I can't
I didn't
read.
learn in school. I can't read. Fuck you. And that guy's full of shit.
I would have
That guy's-
demanded
that's
that
got-
they take their time and come up with your receipt. You give me a new printout of my receipt so I can show you what I paid for and what I
Yeah,
didn't.
but they're strong arming him because it's like it's much easier to do what he did than risk all of a sudden having to go to court on some bullshit charge and then face potential, that fucking makes me steamed, man.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I even got stopped on the way out of the Dollar General by the lady because I didn't put any of it in bags. So I just walked out with a bunch of stuff, and she saw me, and she's like, did you pay for that? And I was like, yeah, I did it. So she even, checked that I had paid, and I still walked
Did she
out.
check your receipt?
No.
Oh.
But she, was like, did you pay for that? I was like, yeah, which I paid for more, but less. I don't know. Fuck, man.
I mean, I've been trying to tell you to keep your receipts for a long time.
I almost told the cop that. I was like, you sound like my mom.
Oh, I bet that would
But
have
I
gone over
didn't.
well. Who's this cop calling people back up to ask them if they learned a lesson? A grown man. What's going on with this guy?
I think that's what they're doing nowadays with these self-checkouts, man.
Well, did you learn a lesson?
No.
They did. Don't go
Don't
to self
go-
checkouts.
Don't go to these
Don't go to
fucking
these-
places.
Don't go to these places. I'm gonna start
mean,
doing the same thing.
The money part doesn't bother me as much as that whole self-recognition thing.
No, that's what I'm
what
talking
pisses
about.
me
That's what
off.
I'm talking about. It's just like a January 6th. They use facial recognition to track down every one of those people. If they had their face, they hunted you down and then they put you in jail.
I don't know how they.
But
continue.
to have facial recognition and, go through that footage and use facial recognizing their faces technology, they have to have that information already. So all their information was from Dollar Generals and Walmarts. It all is in some type of database, and they can, they can catch you at what was it? What is it? September? Was it? What was
January
it?
6th.
January 6th. So they can catch you
September 12th.
at the January 6th thing from information they've got from Walmart.
Or is it from social media?
Or I think it's all
because I'm sure social media probably completely cooperates, and they go, hey, however they communicate with Facebook, they're like, we got a picture and we need to get, see who this is. Don't you think that's how they do a lot of it? Because everybody's got their
Yeah.
picture on Facebook, and Facebook can recognize your picture anywhere. You know, you
Well,
are.
they have your driver's license that has your picture.
I knew a kid in high school that stole something from a store, and the cops came. Didn't steal something from a store, actually. He hit a kid in the face, now that I think about it. But and they came up. I guess he'd been talking about it to somebody on Facebook that he got in a fight with this kid. And they came to our door with a whole big sheet of paper with everything that he had said on Facebook and all of his information. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, they got whatever they want in perpetuity. They've got all your texts. They've got everything. Yeah, that's a bummer. Sean Raz has clarified. He said it's not. I think he said it's not a shitty song. It's a solid gold song.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think that was that last week that we liked it, or the week before. The Trump one. We liked the Trump one. That was a rare solid gold. We also liked the new Tom McDonald Superman. I might play Superman when we take a break.
You know, they do. Sean Raz says they use receipts from your credit cards to track your movement. They do that too. They can do all that.
Yeah.
They even just like everything you sign up for, everything they make you sign up for, even if you don't want to sign up for something, but you know, oh, you can't get this unless you sign up for this, or you can't get your, you know, tickets to the fucking concert unless you sign up for this. And when you do that, recently I had to do that when we went to the Nate Bargatze thing. They wouldn't let you print your tickets anymore.
Yep.
And I even called Ticketmaster. I was like, why can't I print my tickets? Well, they don't have the option of printing tickets for this concert, which would probably be all concerts.
Yeah.
You have to, have them sent to your phone, and then you need to put them in your wallet, your iWallet or whatever. And when you try to do that, you have to agree to all their terms, which is, we can follow you. We can take all your information from your phone. That's what all those terms say. And then there's, pages and pages and pages, and who's going to read all that?
What are you going to do about it?
But you could read the first few, and they're just like, we can now have access to basically everything in your phone.
Yeah.
And you can't go to
USA.
this concert that you
USA.
already bought tickets for
just to go to a
unless you
concert.
agree to this.
Just to go to a concert. And like as far as the government and the police, you're like, well, all this information really going to help them catch these, these criminals and terrorists. That's good. They're just going to use it to get you and me if they want to. It's like, it's infuriating.
And we're all sitting back like Ned's Navy saying the powers that be should worry about missing children and lay off of the sausage and milk capers. Yeah, why don't they do that? I mean, I get it. You don't want people stealing, a bunch of shit. But there are more important things that you're not taking care of.
And what?
They're just going to take care of the easier shit.
I don't give a shit that Walmart and Dollar General are losing money because of self-checkout theft.
Yeah.
I don't care. Not one dime should be spent of public money to help Walmart and Dollar General get back the money from their stupid-ass bullshit self-checkout.
So that they don't have to hire people.
I'm fucking steamed after this story, man. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that morning Lauren was debating whether to go to work, and I went up and got $500 out of the ATM and gave it to her in case she had to go miss work and go bail me out of jail.
And I think there's a new thing with the banks. Speaking of getting money out, if you get like more than like $1,000 out,
$600,
they ask you what it's for. They ask you. It's like hey,
It's none of your fucking business.
I did see a guy on social media. He's like, I went to the bank and tried to withdraw this, and they asked me what it was for, and I said none of your business. And turns out that's an acceptable answer.
Oh.
So they just think, because most people, half the people are just going to tell them.
But why does that teller need to know? What's he going to do with that information?
Oh, it's the bank. Because he's going to
know?
relay it to the government. It's like
Oh, he'll probably type it into your account.
Yeah, this person might be getting some money out for drugs.
Yeah,
got a lot of money out. It must be drugs.
What if I say I'm for drugs? Just because, to be that's something I'd say. Just because I'm like,
That's a
fuck
good
you,
one.
it's for drugs, and then you go home and you go and buy groceries because that's what you really got it for. Are the cops showing up to your house?
Maybe.
Like, the bank said you got $600 out to buy drugs.
You can't even play a joke because it's not worth
Oh
having.
yeah, they'll
you know,
probably do
they
that.
swat- they-
no jokes around here. The cops will come to your house. That'll teach you to fucking joke.
And they'll give you a no-knock raid in the middle of the
Yeah.
night because you said you were buying drugs. This facial recognition bullshit. Oh my god.
Yeah. They want
Just,
to know
you know,
whatever.
that's why-
And they just never mind.
I was looking forward to going to jail, but
Looking forward to going to
Were ya?
jail.
you know, I do still want to see what it's like. If the rumors are right, if anybody tries to rape
I
me.
do want to see if I get raped.
I almost do. I don't want to get raped. I'm gonna fight.
Well, then they'll just
You
hold
fight,
you
it's
down.
even worse.
Yeah,
Then you
no-
get out, and I'll be like, "Well, was it worth it, Trace?"
I wouldn't get out because I got an assault charge in jail
I
for
don't- You ever
beating off
see?
the guy trying to not beating
Yeah,
him on,
there you
not
go. That's
jerking him off.
Exactly. Tracy's giving out hand jobs galore in prison. You ever seen the prison movies where there's like the big, violent tough guy, and he's got this effeminate guy hanging on him?
Yeah.
Because that guy wants to be protected, and that's Trace.
Yeah.
He needs protection.
Why don't you just ask Lauren's dad?
I do, and it's still a mismatch. All the people I ask about jail and prison tell me completely different stories. I mean, his are more just like of the disgusting things they do, like jizzing on handles and putting poops places and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll lighten the mood a little bit.
Please.
Here's a video of Tito Ortiz. You know the UFC
Yeah.
fighter. He's retired now, but a couple of years ago he was still fighting. Here's him getting, how much is this? He's getting 9 G's in a centrifuge, like what they put the astronauts on.
Is this something that spins?
Yeah.
All right.
Ugh.
This
No,
is
thank
they
you.
got. I think they got him up to 9 G's max. They maxed it out.
Full stop. Get out.
To see that face? You see
Yeah.
that monster face?
Like,
Look at
I'd be
this
afraid
monster. Look
my
at this monster
eyeballs
face.
would pop out.
Look at that. He's turned into a monster.
He already looks like. Oh, there you go.
That's the one I'm looking.
That's-
Oh my! It's like it's. That's just. I don't want to. I'm not voluntarily going through that.
So imagine what the people in that submarine looked like.
Full
Eyeballs
stop.
probably
Get out.
popped out of their heads and everything. I mean, everything happened to them, but
Okay. How you doing, buddy? You with me? Tito, you with me, buddy?
Yeah.
All right.
I was out on that one.
So he passed that when he was doing the monster face. He was out. He was
Yeah.
passed out.
Yes, sir.
I'll pass on that, man.
so when does
I'll
that
pass on
happen to somebody? When they're what? In
I don't even know if
does
they
that
get
ever
9. I
happen
don't know if
to
they
anybody?
What?
Like, in
like
air-
where do you get 9 G's or 10 G's
Eh,
other than a centrifuge in a jet?
In a jet, yeah, or a space shuttle.
Well, how do people not pass out then? You can
You
train
gotta-
yourself to not
have to-
pass
Yeah,
out.
you gotta
Yeah.
train yourself.
Like you see how he's
Fighter pilots
like
take-
how he's breathing. I don't want that one. what-
So
Like you have to breathe, you have to really focus on your breathing. So watch him breathing in the beginning. He's trying not to pass out, but it didn't work.
Full stop. Get out.
So he's out.
Okay.
He's out.
How you doing, buddy? You with me?
And he's coming
Tito,
back.
you with me, buddy?
Yeah.
All right.
I was out on that one.
And he knows what it's like to be out. He's probably been knocked out in the ring, and choked out a few times.
so how do you train yourself to not pass out?
Well, I mean, you can kind of. It's from like if you're an airplane and you're going straight, and then you go to ascend, your body wants to just keep going straight, but you're going up like when the plane starts to do that, you're getting smashed to the floor of the plane, but you can also lighten up how much you're going straight up. Not straight up, but it's once you get going straight up, you're not going to feel any G's really. But it's that turn and it crushes you. So you can let off a little too and not go so steep, but
it says
Sean says you have to push the blood back into your brain. They wear compression pants that inflate as the G's increase. Buzzy's Moistured Rocket says the Blue Angels fly without a G suit and hit 9 G's all the time. How do you?
it says here's some G-force stuff. Apollo 16 on re-entry 7 Gs. Maximum permitted G-force in a Sukhoi Su-27 plane is 9 Gs. Maximum permitted a G-force in a MiG-35, 10 Gs.
Man.
Jet fighter pilot during ejection seat activation. So when you bail, you know how many Gs that is?
How many?
15 to 25.
Yeah.
That's
you
got to be
pass out for sure.
That's got to be brutal. When you eject, it's just got to.
Well, yeah, I didn't even really ever think about it until I've heard a couple stories about you can't just be going full speed in a jet and eject. Like it's just gonna fucking rip your face skin off. Like you can only eject at certain speeds. If you're going full blown and you hit eject, it's gonna rip your eyeballs out.
Hope they got like a little cover over that button that you have to flip up, but you need to get it quick though. So maybe not. So if you're going Mach 2 or whatever,
you're not living.
You're not living. I guess nobody ejects like that because there's no reason to.
Yeah.
You usually eject when you're slowing down quite significantly.
Snookman says usually break your neck or back ejecting. What?
And you don't really hear. You always, you see videos of guys ejecting, and but you don't really hear like any of them die.
Anything
They
about
break
them
their, they break their necks and they break their backs. You don't hear anything. They keeping that hush hush.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what my dog wants from me. Like I don't know if it just doesn't like. It seemed like it was trying to get me to play with this old soccer ball we got in our yard that it runs around and plays with. But like it kept running up to me and be like, play with me, and then I'd go try and play with me and it just run off. I think it doesn't understand that I'm not fast. I don't think I think it's like, come on, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not sprinting full speed. Like I'm not a dog, man.
Maybe he's trying to get you to follow him to show you something.
No, it's
like
trying to play with the ball.
Timmy's in the well, man. Timmy's in the well, and you're just ignoring it.
I mean, I go out there all the time, and it's like, kick the ball for me, and then I kick it. It goes and takes the ball and just fucking runs off into the middle of nowhere. I'm like, what?
Some dogs are like that.
Yeah.
I've tried like 3, 4, 5, 6 times to teach this dog how to play fetch. I don't know how you teach a dog to play fetch when you kick at the ball. It goes and grabs it and fucking takes off. And if you go try and get near it, it picks the ball back up and runs further away. Like, how do you go from that to learning how to play fetch? I just give up.
You have to have treats. Just little ones.
Yeah.
Not,
That's how they train dogs.
That's how they train dogs, with little
This
treats.
dog doesn't give a fuck about treats.
That's why I can't.
Yeah, he's a Trace and Lauren dog for sure.
That's why we can't train our dogs. We'd go broke with treats. 6 dogs.
You've seen the video
They
of
just use
me and
little-
Lauren trying to get the dog in, right? Remember we played that?
Did we?
And me and Lauren are sitting there with all treats and cans and stuff. Like, come here, Rosie. And she just looks at you and it's like, oh, they're trying to get me inside. And fucking just runs down the road.
That's the dogs. What are you going to do?
Does Lauren like Rosie?
Yeah, we all like Rosie. Except, the constant wanting in and wanting out. 20, 30, 40, 50 times a day. Just, you let the dog out and you go sit on the couch. And by the time you get on the couch, it's scratching at the door. Let me in, let me in. And then you go let it up. And then it sits at the door. And you're like, what do you want? I just let you in. You want out now? Fucking,
You're preaching to the choir. I got 6 dogs, so I deal with that all day long. We were eating breakfast yesterday, and Baxter comes up and he's whining. And Donna goes, yeah, go put him out so that you can come sit down and start eating breakfast again. And then he can start whining, and you can let him again. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Is Rosie fixed?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. It came like that.
Yeah. That's,
that's
good.
good.
That's the only way they could get an animal to get it fixed is if it came
We'd
that
still
way.
be. Come on, you got to get. And then she'd had 2 litters of puppies already.
Did I this is it. I could barely even want to explain this. This is just. Did I ever tell you about the dog that used to fuck itself? I think it ended up dying.
Fucked itself to death.
It got some weird disease like that paralyzed it overnight, and the vet came out and said there was nothing they could do.
How would it bang itself?
It would, it'd be rubbing its dick on its stomach, walking around doing just. It's walking around doing that, and it would fucking just finish and blow loads all over the fucking place, man. It was so, it was so
Not your
disgusting.
dog.
Not my dog. The neighbor's dog would come over and hang out at our house and fuck itself and blow loads all over the
What's going
place.
on with that neighbor?
So they'd rather the dog do that than get him fixed. So he
I
doesn't-
mean, they wouldn't just.
Just clean up after Fluffy. Here's
Oh
another
my God.
wad in the corner.
It was so
weird.
it was so like you felt violated watching it do it, but it's hard not to watch a dog fucking itself, but it's hard to watch it as well.
And if you videotape it, boy, the government's got that video. What's up with this guy? We got to get the kid get
Time
the
for a
kid ready
break.
for school. All right, we'll take a break and be right back.
Take an upper decker.
with more. We're gonna go take an upper decker and watch a dog have sex with itself. We'll be right back with more ClusterF.
Hey, what's up? It's Ned. And it's time for another Neditorial. That's where I really dumb it down for the average American and give you a Barney the Dinosaur version of life. But I realize you have the attention span of a 5-year-old, so every 30 seconds or so I'm gonna fart just to keep your interest. Here we go. You know what irritates me most about Christmas? It's that Santa Claus is fake and Jesus is allegedly real. But Santa Claus is the one with the system that makes sense. If you're naughty, you don't get jack shit. But if you're nice, you get a cool toy that you really wanted. That's how God should work. But Jesus doesn't do that. Jesus says, be naughty all you want. Just make sure you apologize before Christmas and you'll get your toy. What a bunch of bullshit. No wonder it's the most popular religion in the world. Phew, but that's the genius of Christianity. Back in the day, it was always, be good, or God will smite you and throw you in a lake of fire. Then Christianity comes up with a brilliant business model. Kick the shit out of all the other religions. Christianity realized that most people are self-serving assholes, a.k.a. sinners. Whew. So they said, let's let these assholes, sinners, do whatever the fuck they want. As long as they say they're sorry and give 10% to the church. Please forgive me, Jesus. I can't help it. I was born an asshole. Sinner. Sweet Jesus. But I say Christianity is wrong, and Santa Claus is right. If you're an asshole on Earth, no fucking toys for you. You're going to hell. If you're a decent person, you get toys, and you go to heaven. Besides, Santa's really got it going on. Yeah, sure, Jesus could walk on water and everything, but Santa Claus travels in a sleigh pulled by flying reindeer and visits 7 billion houses in one night. He blows Jesus away when it comes to impossible, unbelievable bullshit. Ew. So even though Santa's plan is more fair and equitable, Jesus' plan is much more attractive to the average asshole. Sinner. All they have to do is ask for forgiveness. Forgive me, Jesus, for being a dick. But I became a dick when Adam ate the apple, so it's not my fault. But I'll try not to be a dick anymore. But I probably will. I might actually murder somebody. Then I'll just say I'm sorry again. 'Cause I was born a dick. It's the perfect religion. So it looks like it's Jesus 1 and Santa Claus 0 in round 1 in the war of imaginary belief systems. Laid out.
Hello. Yes, I was calling about that guy who was trying to name the street Cowshit Lane.
Yes, sir.
Well, who's this? Is this his neighbor?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's going on with that deal? I mean, what's up?
Well, I had that sign taken down.
Well, how can that be? He owns that street, don't he?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's his property, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, why can't he name it whatever he wants?
That street sign was public obscenity. I had it taken down.
Well, yeah, but it's his property. I mean, if he owns it, he ought to be able to call it a fuck you lane if he feels like it.
But not in my neighborhood.
Well, I feel that's a violation of his fucking First Amendment rights.
Well, I don't care.
I mean, I'm with this guy. I own 2,000 acres just north of Tupelo, and I'm going to do some street naming of my own.
Well, I'll get them signs taken down, too. What's your name, sir?
My name's Ned.
Ned what?
Ned, shut the fuck up. I'm talking, boy. Look, I got 47 streets on my property.
Sir?
And I got some pretty creative names for them.
Well, if they're obscene, I'll come down here and take them down myself.
I got my dead grandma's pussy place, my asshole's bleeding boulevard,
Sir?
Moosecock Way.
I'll take the damn signs down myself.
Hey, you try that shit, you get your head blown off, boy. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, how about Blow Me Boulevard?
Sir?
Yes.
I got things to do.
Dick Liquor Circle?
You're really wasting my goddamn time.
Hey, listen, don't get smart with me, boy. I'll kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, well, I'll kick your ass.
Oh, yeah? You tough guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you meet me at the corner of You Fuck Your Daddy and Like It Lane and shove it up your ass court, and we'll settle this man to man.
You name the time and the place, and I'll be there.
Is that right?
That's right. Hello?
Yes, listen, asshole.
Quit bothering me.
Since you're fixing to get your ass kicked, you'll need directions to my house.
Ed?
Take Highway 92 south till you come to Lick My Balls Lane.
Sir?
Take a right.
Ned?
2 miles, go left on Jack My Dick Drive. Then right on Cocksucker Place, and that's. Hello?
Hello?
Listen, you backward-ass country fuck, why don't you just keep your nose out of other people's business?
Kiss my ass.
Fuck you.
Suck my dick.
Suck my dick? Well, what a coincidence. That's the street I live on. As a matter of fact, I got a song about that. We're gonna drive down to Suck My Dick Avenue. I sure do hope you swaller.
Sir?
Oh, we're gonna drive down to Suck My Dick Avenue. Hello? Hello?
Be right with you. Very shortly. 2 minutes or so.
Hey, what's up, it's Ned. Go ahead. Make an idiot out of yourself. God.
Well, Ned, I really hope that you're just high as I am.
We are the knights who say, me.
You're the man, Ned.
Yeah, I love dildos.
If you don't know, now you know.
Wow.
Hey, Ned. It's Thursday, and I'm wearing no panties.
Hey, Ned. I'm still down here at the mangroves. I'm waiting for you. I am a licensed sword swallower, and the swordfish are biting. Don't leave me waiting too long. My swordfish is on the glass.
Oh, God. Ned, calling from North Carolina. Just want to mark out a little bit, buddy. Just drinking some beers and listening to a little Bubba 98.7. Oh, God.
Oh, Ned, you're killing me. Killing me. I'll talk to you later.
Ned, man, it's late. You're looking for love at 9 o'clock at night. Want someone to tell you love you and miss you and want to hear you every morning. Well, okay, I love you. I miss you.
What's up, Ned? Jim in Washington, day 2 of trimming Blueberry Yum Yum. Thanks for rocking it. Oh, God.
Welcome back to ClusterF. Don't forget The Hang. You can get The Hang, the latest edition of The Hang from last night, the 4-hour extravaganza. You can get it on YouTube today afternoon, also Twitch videos and Spotify. Check it out on Spotify. And also an extra hour, there's at least an extra hour again for the VIP, plus a little our new show. Donna joined in on the new show, and it was quite excellent and informative and fantastic. Best shit going. Just look at the comments on YouTube. The Hang, best shit going.
What did Ron DeSantis try to do to Disney?
Oh, he like, I don't know. Disney's like supposedly got some kind of special
I kind of know
thing where they are their own boss and they control everything in their, you know, they control and he wanted to take that away. I think they may have given it back. I don't really pay attention. It's a bunch of nonsense.
You know, I don't really care about any of it except for the fact that Disney's tax exempt because their property is technically British property from some statute they pulled up from the 1600s.
I don't know. Disney tax exempt?
It said Disney. I mean, that would just infuriate me if Disney is tax exempt.
I don't know. It's not examining Florida Disney. It's a special tax district. It says Disney World has always paid state and local taxes.
I don't know if they do.
That's what it says. This is according to Forbes magazine, a pretty legitimate thing. Let's see, I'll have to figure out what they have a special tax exemption, so I don't know what that is. What's the special tax exemption?
Well, they're exempt from some taxes, which is, I mean, this place like that, just ripping people off and making so much profit. That's what. Okay. If somebody who's poor has to pay taxes, fucking Disney should have to pay taxes too, man.
Every corporation out there gets away with not paying taxes because they pay the government to give them loopholes to where they don't have to pay taxes. And Disney is no different. It's one of the biggest, so I guarantee they do not pay their fair share no matter what anybody says. Here he goes. Somebody asks, it says, what does operating a special tax district allow Disney to do? The Reedy Creek Improvement District was created by lawmakers in 1967 after Disney made the proposal to build a park on 25,000 acres. The district itself has the ability to levy ad valorem taxes at a higher millage rate than the neighboring counties and to issue bonds to fund construction. I don't even know what this stuff means. Who's paying the taxes? It's exempt from building codes and permit requirements. I don't really, I get that. That means they could build shit.
Yeah, build whatever the fuck they want.
Cheap and shitty, however they want to build it. Yeah, I'm sure it was all political, whatever. Disney, you don't have to worry about punishing Disney for, being woke. The public will punish Disney by not going to their movies, which is what is happening. Disney movies are not, they're not killing it like they used to because people are like, well, we'll show you with our wallets, and that's what they're doing. You don't have to, be playing political games like DeSantis, was. I jumped off the DeSantis bandwagon after the 6-week abortion deal. So I'm not voting for somebody that's not realistic in America. It's a losing proposition as well. No one will ever win a race saying they're going to ban abortion or limit it to 6 weeks because 60% of Americans are like, well, look, we think there should be limits on abortion, like when it's about to become a baby at 4 months. You gotta that's what most Americans agree on. So they don't give a shit. Here, let me find the Florida Joker. Florida Joker, the new Grand Theft Auto is out.
Yeah.
GTA 6, and this guy, this convict, he says it looks like they based a character on him, and he wants his money. Looks like he's in prison right now.
GTA, I'm giving you the biggest free marketing you got entire history of running this GTA game.
What is he talking
So they're saying this guy, which I don't know, is this his mugshot or do they use this in They use this in GTA. I don't know.
For that, I want an extra $1 million. Y'all taking forever to respond back to me. You see that? Find the other character. Find the other person in Florida they betrayed that character from.
Does it look like him?
I want to know how much that looks like him.
Yeah.
Does it have?
It's hard to tell.
Does it have a cross under the eye?
I think
Did
so.
I mean, it looks like he may have had purple hair too. I don't know. I'd have to see the actual.
I'll wait. I will wait. GTA, we got to talk.
Taking threats from this guy.
Think I'm playing? You got 3 days. 3 days before my lawyers go crazy on this case. This is not like the Lizzie Lohan case. This is not like the Lizzie Lohan case. I got hard evidence. Hard evidence.
I mean, he may. I'd have to see. You know, he may. They may have.
I've seen it a little up closer, and it looks pretty similar to him. But, I mean, they just made some dirtbag-looking guy and just... I'm sure any dirtbag, tatted up person you put on a game, there happens to be somebody in Florida that looks like that.
I mean, he says in the video, he says, find another mother effer that looks like... And I was like, down the street from me, probably. This is Florida. Every dirtbag from the entire country has come here. Every face tat... We've probably got the most face tats of any state in the union because they all come here. And none of... This guy probably ain't from Florida. But he's viewed as Florida man.
Yeah.
I'd love to know where, we need to start finding out all these other places and start talking about Pennsylvania man and Michigan man and Ohio man. Because that's who they fucking are. Ain't Florida man. I'm Florida man. I was born here. Yep. Trace is Florida man. He was born here. And other than stealing milk and sausage, he ain't doing shit.
Didn't steal milk and sausage.
Oh, it's time for the...
Dion's bathtub. So how do we know he didn't get the tats after the game came out?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, he's got proof.
He's got mugshots from. He's got mugshots galore, man.
I mean, if you were gonna steal a guy, someone like that's look, you think you would get different tattoos, right? So they couldn't have. You wouldn't get the same tattoos as him. That would be way too obvious.
Way too obvious. This the Sean Raz. So this is supposedly gold.
I don't know if I believe it.
Ink Spike said they should just give him the $1 million and see how many minutes he lives.
He died of a meth overdose the first night.
Yeah.
Give him the mill. This is Shaquille O'Neal and Gawny. Chaos.
Shaquille O'Neal, I'm interested.
Chaos is supposed.
He doesn't look too thick.
Didn't he have a rap, like a couple rap songs back in the day?
Back in the day, I believe so.
Who?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What up, Diesel? I've been in the trenches, haters in my mentions, really in the field, you was on the benches. On the court with Shaq in the center, go together like the Avengers. But I remember days when I was little, mama couldn't pay her.
Just another fast talking rapper.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of the fast talking.
I'm gonna base my entire judgment just off Shaq's
on
part.
Shaq. Okay, I got you.
So who is this guy that Shaq would team
I know.
up with this guy?
Gawny, I guess. Is that how you say it, Trace? Is that
Shaq knows everybody.
Gone. Oh, maybe he's gone. Is that gone?
Gone.
See, I mean,
They'll say it in his rap, I'm
instead
sure.
of Gone, it's Gawne. Gone.
Bills, so I trained my skills. It was all a dream until shit got real. Rapping with Shaquille O'Neal. Quit now, no, I'd rather not. I done came too far to go back to rock bottom and hand me down, close my family.
I think if you are just one of these mid-level rappers, I think Demon Jones could email Shaq and say, "Want to be in my rap?" and Shaq's gonna do it. I think he's just into that
We got
stuff.
a pan of pot to piss, we ain't have a lot, but I'll be damned if I'm a laugh and stop. Had an elevator above it like an astronaut, but we ain't blasting off, no, I'll blast the Glock and leave a hole in your apple.
What kind of hook you got, buddy?
Like a Macintosh. Get your body with the pen, gotta be a sin. Even got
What is that all about?
What is what all about?
Him doing, what's he doing?
Who?
Shaq.
He's getting down.
He's hyping.
He's hyping this guy. I'd be hyped if Shaq was doing
Yeah,
this.
for
I'd be
sure.
so hyped.
Get your body with the pen, gotta be a sin. Even God must have wanted me to win when the odds were slim. Hit the lottery and win against everyone who doubted me. I'm probably the hottest in the ring. Ding, ding, what's the best shot? Took it on the chin. There's no men alive on my level. Better get in
Was he
line.
playing the fiddle? Well,
was he playing the fiddle?
He was, what is it called?
Yeah, air fiddle.
No, the
violin.
Air violin.
The violin. I mean, fiddle, violin's the
Yeah,
same
same
thing.
thing,
The
really.
same thing. That's a country violin is a fiddle.
Ding, what's the best shot? Took it on the chin. There's no men alive on my level. Better get in line. Better grind many times more when I'm energized. 99% of everybody getting genocide. For real though, the ill flows. I killed those far as skill goes. I'm a savage, deal blows. I willed my way up the ladder, real close to the goal. But I gotta slay the dragon, Bill.
Oh, I can't. I don't want to. I can't wait for Shaq because I hate this fast talking. Where's the hook?
He gets
Where's
a
the
pass
hook?
because Shaq hyping it up in the background.
Maybe. Where's the hook?
Is Shaq even gonna do anything?
Where's Shaq and where's the hook? I need a Shaq and I need a hook. Quit talking to me.
Is now back with a passion for rapping and cashing bank rolls. They ain't knows about to go snap and take souls. Case closed, rip it a rap, I go to minute. Like, oh no, flow is so cold that it froze. December, a code defending. I come to go.
Maybe I didn't. I see. It gives me a headache. All this fast talking.
Hey, would you slow it down a little, Junior?
Hit a home run in the bottom of the
He's
ninth,
not
but
as
the whole
fast
depending. But some days feel like I to quit.
He's a little. It's a little more understandable. But what is he saying, babe? What is he saying? What is he saying?
I don't know what.
See, you don't know. It's like he's just a bunch of nonsense. I haven't.
Do you know what his message is?
No. Chaos is what it is. That's what it is. Called chaos.
When anxiety is something that I jostle with, the monster is inside a sarcophagus. In the pit of my stomach and esophagus. I yell, I live on the edge, I'm not scared of these heights. Close to the ledge, think that I might fall and be dead by the end of the night. But this is the greatest I felt in my life. Right, part of the fight. This is the part that I like as I lay on the mic.
So this is the hook, and it's not a hook. It's just, it sucks. And he's living on the edge, and he might fall to his death because this guy, does he look like he's living on the edge? He ain't living on the fucking edge.
The fire and flames that ignite, and I'm hyped cause the mayhem and chaos excites. Spit flame, motherfucker, insane. Got this thing, so quit playing, bitch, I'm Rick James. When I spit a flow, I leave the shit in critical may seem that y'all are more fake.
If you just look at Shaq, it's entertaining. Don't even
That's
listen.
all I'm doing.
Don't even listen. Turn the volume down and just look at Shaq.
Then a titty with saline. I used to daydream on the train at 18 and make me go put out a videotape because we was hoping that the city would rate the 18, but instead of idiots hate me. I found rap and I gave it a whirl. Middle finger aimed at the world. Sipping on Moscato to the bottom of the bottle, feeling hollow cause I got a lot of haters and it's making me hurl.
We need more Shaq. I'm turning you down until I get some Shaq. Here we go.
Yeah, but after that, it ain't just an argument. You get a Spartan kicked into a dark abyss.
They think I'm insane, you tell me I change. Yeah, some days it feels like I'm
Oh, here's the hook. Took 2 minutes and 13 seconds to get to the hook.
holding my breath. I went out of my way, keeping you safe. You didn't know half of the secrets I've kept. Living with shame from all of this pain. So what can I gain when nothing is left? What can I gain when nothing is left?
You think I'm the GOAT? I tell
There we go. Now we got it. Here we go. I think that hook sucked.
You're right, for sure I'm a son and now put some respect on me. I wasn't able to sit at the table, now they want to eat with me. Go find a recipe. We invested to be all the best we could be. It's a check for me, don't go testing me. Ain't no pressure, they showing no threats to me. Heat like the magic, they go up and send to me. The hate, I get it excessively.
What do you think? What are you thinking?
It's hard for me to not give a Shaq. If I could be saying dog shit.
The cake, I get it aggressively.
Shaq.
I don't think they get the message. I could jet ski or take a jet to ski. Way up and y'all.
Oh, okay. I get it. Take a jet to ski.
No, I'm pressure free. Lay up, y'all could go referee. I get new paper, they got extra me. And it's 2-door, it ain't but a pet to me. Fish motor coupe when I fly through a gas in a bottle. I'm hot as a Molotov. I party at grottos and villas with women that's dressing like Natasha Romanoff. They treat me like Clooney and Sicily. Back in the bricks, all we had was a stroganoff. Now the money like the streets of Venice, cause everything liquid and they just keep logging off. You don't wanna really.
I still don't. If it wasn't Shaq, I would be conking this like a
It's not
mother
one of
effer.
those rap songs with somebody famous in it that he's not looking real stupid, at least.
I would agree with that. Like when who did it? Was it The Rock? The Rock was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. This isn't embarrassing.
This is I mean, he's got a way better flow than most celebrities.
They go hit him with a pepper, make him turn into a chili bowl. Only with the riders in the city with their miners on the millions. If you got it, they say give me those. Everything I shown, everything I own, everything I done, one-on-one like penny clothes. Everywhere I go, you know the semi goes. We like Eddie Murphy and Arsenio. I retire.
You know, because it's Shaq. I like that part. I like that part because it's Shaq.
What? We like Eddie Murphy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like it.
Let's listen
Sounds
again.
better than the
Let's listen to it again. The last verse about Eddie Murphy.
If you got a, they say give me those. Everything I shown, everything I own, everything I done, one-on-one like penny clothes. Everywhere I go, you know the semi goes. We like Eddie Murphy and Arsenio. I retired already. Why you playing with
Eddie Murphy on what?
Video.
I don't know what he said.
Video. I thought you said you liked that part because it was Shaq,
Yeah.
but you didn't know what he said.
Who cares?
I know. I was just like,
Oh,
yeah.
just
I don't.
like
I mean,
what?
I don't know what any of these guys ever say.
Okay.
I just like it sounds better than most.
me? I inspired already. What you saying to me? I walk fire ready. Put the flame to me. Put me higher than anybody can aim to be. You never be the same as me. I'm living what they portraying to be. Okay, everybody stay in your seat. I keep it imminent with me.
Loud. It's so distorted. Is that ours or theirs?
I don't know.
I
I'll
stay
turn
in
it
the
down.
suite. For me, paydays every day of the week. Everybody play, but I'm playing for keeps. I did it my
All right, now I'm over it. Come on, Jack, wrap it up.
way from the bay to the beach. Way to the top, y'all faded beneath. I tell them the best advice, bet on yourself. Thinking you better than me ain't a belief. D's is on the road, D's is on the road, D's on the control. They go.
It's a lot better, not so loud, because it was so distorted. I couldn't. Now I can understand it more. But he
Yeah.
looks. He's looking a little old.
How old is Shaq? Do you think?
52 or
Is he?
something,
Yeah.
I think.
He looks pretty good.
Going out of control, I'm legend. God of the mosh pit, you're a peasant. My yard got an ostrich. Painted tank it gray like a
What do you
rhinoceros.
say about ostrich?
I don't know.
Rhinoceros?
A
You like-
rhinoceros.
I would never listen to this song again, though. Like, it's not a
might.
song I would want to listen to.
Say you better, bitch, you are preposterous. You ain't for the family, then we opposite. Word to twist of diesels off the mafia. We ain't only reppin', we locking it. I ain't only steppin', I'm rebocking it. You ain't on a record, put a sock in it. You just buy the product, I get stock in it. I just find it funny to remind you dummies that my time is money, I'm approximate. You
He's approximate.
just pick a spot and set up shop on it. When I pick a spot, I put a block on it, bitch.
Oh, we don't got nothing to let go. I got no fucking respect for you. Let our loving go next. Oh, fading out from us like echo. Calling my name. I hear them calling my name.
Do you think Shaq wanted to do a rap and he picked this guy, or this guy asked him to do a rap?
Or maybe he know. I don't know. I'd have to know this backstory between Gone and Shaq.
Am I the only person that when somebody is over like 6'6", 6'7", you just stare at him and be like, oh, so tall?
Yeah.
No.
It's like I've known a few people who were 6'4" or 6'5", like David.
Yeah.
And who's the guy who worked at Mellow Mushroom? Gay guy.
Stefan.
Stefan. And so I know, and they're, but I think once you get over that, like 6'6", it's
Yeah.
like whoa and whoa.
Holy
It's a whole-
shit.
and you
And then
you rarely see people that tall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then when you're 7.
Oh, you're 7. Everybody's coming up to
How
you.
tall was that Jeff that used to deliver flowers?
7'1", I
Yeah,
think. I think he was
so.
7'1".
Shaq's height, I think.
He used to have to, duck to get into
Yeah.
my shop and through the door, and yeah, he was big.
Yeah, speaking of tall guys, here's a Chevy Chase. He's 80. Chevy Chase is 80,
Really?
and he's 6'4".
Oh, is he?
I didn't know Chevy Chase was that. That's a big guy, 6'4". Here he is. Maybe not doing too well on stage. I think the wheelchair was a gimmick.
Yeah.
But he's 80. But he's 80, man. You don't see a lot of 6'4", 80 guys. 6'4" who are 80. Yeah, I
He's
just
kind of bent at the knees a little. Like he can't stand
looks
straight
like
up.
looks like his knees should be higher up. He's
Yeah.
got shin knees. No. Why don't you take a little tour of the stage, Chevy? Get close to the fans. Get close to the fans. Tell them what's up. Go see the fans. Oh, Chevy!
No.
Chevy! You know, when an 80-year-old takes a tumble, that's not good.
Not good.
I wonder if he's still down.
What did he do?
He just lost
just
his
walked
balance.
right off the
I don't know whether he's going down the stairs. Oh, look. I don't think he's getting up. It's the show. Oh, he's up. Look, he's up. That's an impressive
Yeah,
80-year-old.
impressive fall.
A 6'4" 80-year-old taking a tumble off a stage is bad news, man. And He's going to go on with the show. I've heard he's an asshole, but look,
Maybe he.
now he's going to get back on his. Oh,
You don't
Lordy.
think that was a rib, do you? No.
I don't know. You know, that's Trace wouldn't know this, but Chevy Chase on Saturday Night Live, he was famous for falling. Like he had
Really?
Intentionally.
Yeah.
Like
So I'm thinking that was a rib. I mean, how do you do that at 80 and not?
80, are you doing that? Did they have a mattress down there for him to land on? Even so, like he had, Gerald Ford was president when Chevy Chase was on Saturday Night Live, and Gerald Ford did one Joe Biden stumble, just one down there thing. So every week, Chevy Chase would come on, and he'd be Gerald Ford dressed in, and then he'd fall down at the end, and everybody loved it. So that was his deal. That might have been fake, but look, he looks.
All right, so tonight we have a bunch of questions that you guys texted in. Wait.
I don't know.
Let's see what he says.
I got another 30 seconds. Let's see what's going on.
My watch is talking to you. It says, I see you taking a great fall.
His watch said, "I see you've taken it. Maybe that's an Apple Watch." And it tells you when you fall down. And I don't know.
Probably.
Taking a hard fall.
I can't understand him, so I'm not gonna. I'll move on. At 6'4", taking a fall at 80. That's a little rough.
Even if you are faking it,
I can't believe
it's like a stunt man at 80. Whew.
Somebody would say, "Don't do it, Chevy."
Yeah.
Don't do it.
You just might break something.
Man, they're trying to make every country is in a race right now to make a quantum computer. They're trying to do it.
What's I don't even know what a quantum computer
I
is.
have listened to hours and hours of what quantum computers are, and I know about as much as you. It hasn't been invented yet, so they haven't. They don't even know exactly what a quantum computer is.
Invent something they don't even know what it is.
But
They're trying to invent it.
They're saying that whoever does invent it's going to control everything, and
they're already almost there. I mean,
it says a quantum computer is a computer that takes advantage of quantum mechanical phenomena.
oh, that.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. What does a quantum computer do?
And then going through this and trying to figure out what a quantum computer is, the one thing that a lot of them say is this new AI technology isn't very advanced. It seems to some people like it is, but it's just jamming a bunch of information together. It's not super intelligence.
No, I don't think it's intelligence at all.
It's not.
If you ask one of these AI things a question, the AI has access to all the information on the internet, and it puts it together and gives it to you. It's not, if it didn't have that information, you'd ask it the question and just go, don't know.
Yeah, unless you're, in school. I'm sure it seems like the greatest technology in the world if you go to school and every day you come home and you're like, computer, do my homework. That's got to be kind of awesome. Do my homework to where the teachers can't tell that you're doing my homework.
That's a good one. Kids are doing that.
Oh,
they're doing that.
So they're really dumbing people down, right? But then you got to take those tests, and then what are they going to do?
Get their Apple Watch AI. I don't know. Asking it questions. I don't know. I don't know what.
Did they
It's not gonna work out.
Really run your, when you go to high school, and they're just like, if you, what do they call that? Stealing other people's stuff was the biggest deal in the world.
Plagiarizing.
If you plagiarize,
yeah,
they pretty much make it sound like you're gonna be homeless, and you might even go to jail.
Why is that? Why, that's like the biggest deal anywhere. They got caught plagiarizing. They were kicked out of school. And, you'll see politicians all the time, and they're comparing their speech to somebody, where they stole this, no repercussions for the president, But
So
for
as
your kid kicked
usual-
out of school,
As usual, the people that make the rules
doesn't apply to
always
them.
break them.
Doesn't apply to them.
Mhm.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
What do you have to be smart or something to get in trouble for plagiarism? Like, they'd be like, if you plagiarize, you're gonna fail, and all this bad stuff's gonna happen to you. You're gonna go to jail, and then every kid in the class would go plagiarize their entire paper. And as would I, and plagiarize it, and they'd be like, if you do something from a book, you gotta put it in parentheses and source it and all this. And I never did any of that. And they just like, well, we're just gonna let them go with all this plagiarism. They always said, oh, we run your papers all through, this computer system that tells us if you plagiarized even 2 words from it.
Imagine now with the AI, they can really, really find that
What do they got to
plagiarism.
run them through then? Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to run it through shit. I'll just tell you I plagiarized this whole paper.
Yeah, they probably just only check the people that they think would be plagiarizing.
Probably. I mean, when I was in school, like in high school, and you had to do a research paper, that was like the worst thing in the worst. The worst thing in the world.
That whole thing about having to put things in
footnotes.
Yeah, it's like,
and
I didn't do very well at that either. So
hated
I
it.
was just like,
Like,
that is not
And
of
you get-
interest to me at all.
I mean, so first of all, I had to write a paper where I took all this information other people said and just reworded a little so it wasn't just verbatim from a
Yeah.
book. And then I had to put the sources. And I think I'd go, Mom, footnotes, research paper here.
I never did that.
My mom liked doing stuff like that, so I was like,
so lucky.
she's like, ooh, a research paper.
I mean, it doesn't seem that much right now. Like writing a 10-page paper, it just doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. But like, we'd have like a month to do this 10-page paper in school, and you gotta get these rough drafts and send those in, and like 3 weeks in, they're like, Trace, where's your rough draft? And you're like, oh, here's half a paper I wrote down about it that's handwritten. And they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, fuck. Here, does this count? Is this enough? It's a quarter page. I had a quarter page done.
I totally feel your pain. I hated it.
I hated it. Yo, Dad Cook says, and we didn't have Google. Yeah, we didn't have anything
up
but
in
encyclopedias and the
encyclopedias.
fucking library. So,
And I love to write, I love to write. I hate that kind of writing though.
Yeah.
I like creative writing. I don't like that. Hated research.
I hated that. I still don't quite understand what in the world we need that for.
Oh.
I mean, I guess to be well-rounded. I don't know.
If you're gonna,
Is that well-rounded? Seems like there's some other useful stuff we could
What-
teach to be well-rounded.
how many
Instead
people?
of having to how to write a paper and put footnotes and blah blah. I don't even need to know that.
If you're going to be
I don't
a
care.
scientist or a researcher or a doctor, you might have to be
And
writing
you
some
learn
kind
that on your way
on
to
your
that.
own. Exactly. The average guy, I can't think of one person I know who would ever have written anything close to a research paper and needed the footnotes and the index and the whatever that you call it, citations. Not one person I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like one teacher, I must have not been paying attention in first grade or whatever when they taught you the there, they are there.
I did pay attention. To
I
that.
did not. So I was like one point when I was like in my 20s that like one day I was just like, I'm going to learn the difference between these. And I did. And now I know them. But like for 15 years in school, any paper I wrote, I just used all three in that order. Like I just do a different one every time I wrote it.
Yeah.
No, for 15 years they just wrote wrong there. No teacher thought to sit me down and be like, these are the 3 different theirs. I might not have even listened or cared. It took till I was in my 20s and I wanted to know so I didn't look so fucking stupid. You could. I just didn't give a fuck about school. Like it.
Every time I write there, I have to think about whether it's the appropriate one. You know, because there's three
I
different.
have that
there's
on
three
different things.
thi-
I know those. I got
I
those.
know. I
down.
know them, but I have to go. Okay, which there is it? You know, I know them, but it's like, it's stupid. Ink Spike says I was the king of I ain't doing it. Give me an F. I don't care. So Ink Spike,
Me too.
how success are you? Are you very successful today? Did the school system, you know, do nothing for you, but you were destined for being successful in other ways? Or are you living under an overpass?
I
Thank
forgot
you.
Jerry was coming today.
Oh, it's coming. He'd be here in 5 minutes, probably. I got to find the guy who gave me the Chevy Chase. Silverio Ortiz gave me the Chevy Chase video. Trying to do a better job at giving people credit.
Okay.
Man, I actually, you know, they took all the kids that weren't that good at reading at my school and put them in a class together. And all we did, you know, I took all these reading classes for years, and then they put us all in this class, and all we did was every day we read, you know, a book, and we just go around, you read, you know, a chapter or a couple pages, and the next person. And that class was like not sucky. Like it wasn't that bad, and you get into the story and about, you know, I hated reading in public reading in class.
Yeah.
But after about 3 weeks of this class, I could read to where I wasn't stumbling over myself the entire time. It's like, why can't you just have more classes like that where you go in, you read, and everybody gets an A? And you actually learn how to read better, and you
know, because we do it totally backwards, totally backwards here. It's nonsensical how stupid our education system is, and how it's so easy. Like if you have a conversation with a rational person, you can fix the education system in like 10 minutes and say, oh, well, we need to be doing this, and we need to be funneling kids, and we need to test them and find out their, you know, what they're good at. Did anybody, all three of us in here, did anybody ever try to direct you into any direction?
No. Never.
That you might be good at.
No. Not even at private schools where they tell you that's what they do.
Yeah,
they don't even do that. They
nobody
just lie to get people to come there.
Yes, I remember I wrote an essay. You know, I had it in English class, and it was about the Shakespeare one. I can't remember which one it was, but I just made it funny. You know, I put all these funny references in it, and the teacher comes after, and she gave me an A, and she's like, oh, that was so funny. Well. She didn't say, you know, you might think of writing. No, nobody ever said that. Ever. My whole childhood, I was doing stuff on the tape recorder. I was making movies. I was writing stuff. And not one person in my whole life, my parents, my teachers, everybody said, maybe you should go into some kind of writing or creative field.
Yeah,
ever.
People are just too busy to think of that stuff.
And when I was 30, I finally figured out what I wanted to do.
My football coach came up with a coding class to get all his football players in so that he could give them A's so they could still play on the football team.
Coding, isn't that something with computers?
Yeah, and he tried for like a week, and then we just ended up hanging out in this portable for the rest, you know. And he tried to teach us all coding, and we were just
was that the young coach?
No, this is
the
other coach, and you know, he told us all.
How frustrated was he trying to teach you guys coding?
Not very. He didn't do a very good job. He was just trying to give us A's. But, you know, he took us in, and the only thing we ever did was he was like, from the moment you get up tomorrow till our class, write down, try and make as many steps as you can till you get to this, like, you know, I woke up, I opened my eyes, I turned my head left, I stood up, you know, and we all did that and shared that hunk of shit. And that was all we ever did in the class. And then he was like, they're not going to get it. When he tried to teach us how to code. Like a light.
That's preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
Do code for a light intersection. Tried that one day and then gave up. And then we just hung out in the portable for the rest of the semester.
Well, good for you.
Good for you.
Good
for you, man.
Ink Spike says, I'm not successful, but I do okay. I have had the same job for 32 years, an obedient worker. But you are funny, so that's see that somebody should. You're an excellent chatter, and you
a lot of times Ink Spike will make us laugh. I bet nobody ever said anything to you, Ink Spike, about, hey,
you should be a pro chatter.
How can you be a pro chatter? Or hey, how can you use that skill, to be successful? It just doesn't happen, and it's ridiculous.
I mean, I always thought I was more intelligent than a lot of the kids that went, like a lot of kids that got straight A's. It just seemed fucking real stupid. And for 4 years in high school, I was just like, when are we going to get a class that kind of shows off of some of my smarts? And it just never came. I was like, I can't wait till we get to the class that proves that I'm smarter than you, because you're dumb as a box of rocks. But that class,
they didn't have the common sense class.
The common sense class. And even if they did, you'd have to write a common sense paper, and I wouldn't have done that. That's true. It's true.
Yeah, they need to do away with some classes with we're not going to ever write a paper in this class, and see how many people would want to be in that class.
Everybody.
And maybe that would tell you something.
Some people are not capable of writing a paper, and it's not because they're dumb. It's just like they're like, why am I not?
I wasn't, because I was like, why am I writing this stupid fucking paper? And I'm not going to put these into my own words. My own words is the exact same thing they're saying. That's my words.
Exactly.
What other words could I use? I was always baffled by that. I'm like, what other words could I use to make that sentence say the same thing yet not? I don't know.
That's what you just said is such a ridiculous statement.
Yeah.
But it's so true.
I know.
And that's what
I always thought. I hated it.
I was the same way. I'm like, okay, how do you rearrange a bunch of words that somebody else said to make it? And it doesn't mean I know it, or it means nothing, but I'm rearranging someone else's words. Mm-hmm. How's that teaching you anything?
I mean, if we had to write a 10-page paper, but it wasn't typed up, I mean, I'm putting 3 giant words a line. I mean, it looks ridiculous.
I mean, there would some essays would be like, you have to write 1,000 words. I can't remember how many words. But
yeah.
And you spend most of the time counting words. 326. Okay. And 342. Oh, so I know 700 more words. Oh,
I don't even know 700 more words.
I can't even count to 700. All right, let's see.
Ned's Navy says, Ink Spike, I tell you, you're the funniest all the time, and you ghost me. Almost makes me cry at times.
How you do him that way, Ink Spike? Leave Ned's Navy sitting at home in his boxers, weeping, looking
at his gazing out the window at his cows.
I mean, Ned's Navy's tears, they turn into snow by the time they hit the ground. He's so tall, and it's a tragedy to witness that. So please give him a shout out, Ink Spike. All right, let's take a break, Jerry. I don't know, maybe I assume he's usually here by now. I didn't check my phone. Here's my phone right here. Let's see if there's a message from Jerry. I don't think there is, so he's probably going to be here any second.
Yep.
Nope, no message. He'll be here. He'd message. He's
Luann was in the chat, so that's
he's
usually
responsible
when she's
that
in the
way.
chat when
Jerry's a consummate professional.
Luann doesn't listen to us any other time other than when
she's
Jerry's
a Jerry Mark. As much as she fights it, she's a Jerry Mark. Or else she just time to go. She just keep an eye on him, making sure he doesn't lose control. All right, we'll be right back with more ClusterF. It's a flashback to the Trace hot box.
You need a barbecue lighter.
It's going. Go.
Oh man! Look at that!
Oh shit!
The cops are
That was
coming.
like 30 seconds.
He's never going to be able to see this.
He's probably. I mean,
Super
you can't
Trace.
breathe that.
Super Trace.
Take him some water.
I couldn't breathe. I tried to. Oh, my knees were blowing up. And I tried to stay it, but I caught a breath. And it was like I took a big bong rip of fucking fireworks. Happy.
Oh God, that's damn dance. I thought that was a little longer. That was a little longer, but I guess not. It was still good, man. That was good stuff. Oh, Bella, shut the heck up. Oh my God, we'll be right back. Video plays soon. Don't give me that. Give me that. Give me a skip video.
It was great.
Anything you blow up like that, you have to have an electric.
These things are so glitchy. I don't know what's wrong with my YouTube. I hope this plays. I've never had a problem before.
They make professional pumps?
He's got a fucking PSI thing over here.
What?
What do you have?
PSI.
PSI?
You said a penis-sized thing. I'm
That's
like,
what I
what?
thought.
That's a PSI thing.
Is it attached right? Is all the air just going out?
The pump was so big and how little air it was. Like I had pumped it for a while to help him out.
Yeah, I think you gotta like it.
He's doing something wrong.
For anything.
I mean,
there's people everywhere. Watch, it was great.
Anything you blow up like that, you have to have an electric pump.
Right.
Oh, if you're good with a computer, so you could CGI him doing something else here for sure.
It's like he's doing that on purpose.
Now
At this point, he might be.
Look at him.
I think he is doing it on purpose.
Oh my god.
He's doing that out in public.
That's the only way you can pump. I don't think you can pump without doing that. You got to bend your hips.
I think that's disconnected wrong.
It's connected wrong. I'm thinking
There's
it's connected
no
wrong.
way.
Oh, Trace can do it without doing it. Yeah, get that action.
Traps only.
Oh, he's really showing him up here. He's really showing him up.
Pump 3,000. You'll start putting everything in.
Is that thing even pumping up?
No.
It's been in the same position the whole time. Jerry doesn't even have the valve on right.
It's just spewing air.
It's slowly, it is
5%. 5% of the air is getting in
yeah,
there.
I think so.
Why do beavers build dams? So why do beavers build dams? Does
To
anyone
build
know?
their house.
Is that where they build their
nest in their house?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
But there's got to be like, did they make it so they can have a big area
Nice
of
big
water,
swimming area,
and then do their fish, hunting and fishing in there?
something like
Why
that. That
do
sounds
beavers
like
build dams? Beavers build dams across streams to create a pond where they can create a beaver lodge
It's for their house.
and charge other beavers money to stay at their beaver lodge.
I got a beaver lodge for you.
God.
All right. You kids if you kids wanna take off,
Forever.
you kids wanna take
Never
off.
come back.
Oh my god. I couldn't help it.
All right.
I'm crying.
And,
I'm to end the show right now.
On that mic drop, I'm gonna go visit Donna's beaver lodge.
Stop. Go
see
home. I'm going home.
Welcome back to Cluster F, Mike and Jerry show coming up at 11. Don't forget the Hang with Mike and Matt, available on YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify. Probably all podcast platforms. Check out a really good show and an extra hour of the Hang on the VIP, ClusterFshow.com. Check it out. I got a great video for Jerry.
All right. Yeah, I heard coming in, you're waiting for me.
This video tray, Lulu, you might want to, step out for a little bit. Jerry's going to be tracking down this woman in the Villages trace. I can almost guarantee it. Let me get rid of this.
Is that where this is from?
This is from the Villages. This is a whole village deal.
Oh, God.
Retirement community called the Villages.
Nobody gives a Hummer like a gummer.
Have you guys heard that this is one of the highest STD rates per capita?
Going around since the 60s.
Really?
It is. It's pretty well known.
But are STDs actually running rampant here?
The Villages, it's known for swinging.
Apparently, the elderly attach a loofah to their golf cart, and the color of the loofah indicates their sexual preferences. Is the loofah theory true here?
I don't know.
I've only heard that lately, but yes, I have heard.
You have seen them. Does everyone know about them? No. Loofahs, there's colors to them. Each one, it just means something.
White, novices and beginner. Voyeur and people who like to watch. Soft swap. People who like to do it with others in the room.
Okay, well, there's the system. Thank you, guys. After confirming that the loofah theory was legit and that there are swingers somewhere here, I wanted to find one of them and infiltrate their community. Have you ever been to a swingers club out here? Tap here to see the full video. This is the rumored STD capital and the largest retirement.
Now
they don't continue, but it's
it's old shit though. That's been going on even before I moved there.
Yeah, but this hasn't.
Nobody gives a Hummer like a gummer.
Well, I mean that's part of the real estate advertising.
That's a great slogan.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a Hummer like a
gummer. Exactly right.
This guy's a bad interviewer. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to find them.
No.
I imagine there's swingers in every community too.
There's over 100,000 people. I'm sure there's a couple of swingers in there.
I think it's only like probably 2% or something like that.
I would, you could tell me 20. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I really wouldn't know.
It's probably low.
And as much as I've, I go out and play golf with, I go out by myself, so I meet different people all the time, and plus, restaurants or whatever. I'm out. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I've yet to be invited.
Maybe you're not swinger.
Maybe
material.
I'm not a gummer person. I don't know.
You got to have the wife with you.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's
swinger
it.
involves two.
Yeah,
you don't know.
The man needs to start riding around with you.
Yeah,
or you don't know what Lulu's doing while he's playing golf. She's riding around with some loofahs.
Yeah, maybe that's.
And
that's the other thing. Like they said, with the loofahs and stuff. Well, everybody's got a freaking golf cart up there, and it's like 4 colors. It's like blue, black, yellow, unless you get it where you college or whatever. But it's basically like 4 or 5 colors. You go in the parking lot, there's like 87 red golf carts. So they said people started putting the things on there so they can find their golf cart. And
a lot of people, they're not paying attention to the internet. So they're driving around with a couple yellow loofahs and supposedly.
But I see less and less loofahs. The word's gotten out. I see less and less loofahs lately. They're like, oh shit, people going to think of it. Because the other thing, like Luann, there's one neighborhood, there's one house in our neighborhood, and they always keep the garage door like 2 feet open. Don't complain.
Oh, I bet they get a bunch of complaints about that.
Says you're a swinger. It's every time, she knows it's not right. There's them swinging people. She knows it's not true.
Or they have a kitty cat that they want to come in and out of the garage.
Or a dog in there they don't want to get out, but they want some air and I mean.
But that's the thing. If you keep your garage door open a little bit, you're a swinger. Oh, okay.
I mean, me and Lauren definitely. I think it's just being younger, man. If you go up there, they'll kind of flock to you. You can tell, Like I said, when me and Lauren went up there, and there was just a guy all over both of us.
I mean, there are some men up there that are lonely. But here's the other thing, though. Now, that new community opened up for younger married couples and stuff. So they don't have their own Publix or anything yet. So they're kind of mixing in with us a little bit. So it's now you never really seen young people until say now the holidays and stuff or the summer. And now you're seeing young people more often because they're kind of mixing in with
infiltrating
us.
Are the people unhappy about it? Or are they
I think they're happy to see. I think they're all right.
Yo Dad Cook says, do they not sell condoms to old people? And it's like, look, nobody can get pregnant.
Exactly.
So they're rolling the dice. They're rolling the dice.
You figure, you're 80 years old. You got an STD at 80? Really?
Yeah, whatever. Not that big of a deal. They all got them up here.
Yeah, I mean, we go up there all the time. We've never, and we're always with the kids because the kids like to go up there and dance.
Yeah.
We've never really, you might be able to be like, that guy on the dance floor, I bet he's a swinger, but never experienced anything until we went up there by ourselves. Just every restaurant we went to, there was just one guy that saw us come in, just like.
But do you go up there on the weekends?
No.
See, on the weekends, you get everybody from Leesburg and Wildwood to come in. The younger people because, the music and the restaurants and whatnot. So I think on the weekends, you're not that much of a, you wouldn't get hit on. Maybe, because everybody
There's more to choose from.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know.
And it's just how much, and you put up with it more because it's more older people.
Exactly. What are you going to do?
It's this guy, just came up to our table. He's got his arm around my wife, and he's got his arm around me too. He's feeling me up. It's but it's
an old guy.
We take a lot,
Exactly.
We're just,
but if he was a 30-year-old, you would have popped him.
Yeah, probably. But we're just this old creepy guy's rubbing up on us all over the place. Whatever. I guess we'll just ignore it. Look at it. Beat up that 60-year-old.
Let's see. A Tucson chick sent me a video about immigration. My Facebook's being really slow.
Did I? Oh, I left my phone and everything out in the kitchen. That's all right.
Here it comes. Slow. So she lives in Arizona. So this is probably going on a lot. They're here in Florida, they're only coming here, if they're transported, through a car probably or a truck. But here they're just walking in.
I don't even like seeing that.
They said this morning that there's over 13 million gotaways. Now that's the ones that they didn't even register. That they got away, like the ones that walk across, like these guys, they walk across the border. I surrender. All right, come back in 6 months or 2 years or whatever. There's 13.
All get away.
There's 13 million got away. Now there's about maybe 4 or 5 states that has more than 13 million people in it, and that's it. So you got 13 million of that you could fill up most states with in this country.
It's like I don't know why. I guess there's nothing you can do about it, but it should be the top story every night about these people. They're undocumented, which means they can be whoever they want.
Exactly.
And it's almost all dudes.
Exactly.
It's not families. It's a bunch of 30-year-old, 20-year-old dudes coming across with no ID, no nothing, coming from every country in the world.
Last week they had a thing on one of the news things, and there was about 10 Chinese guys. Yeah. Now, I thought it was hard to get out of China. Now, here's these 10 guys, all right, I give up. Number one, how'd you get out of China? And what are you doing here? It's like...
I mean, China is, we have to trade with them right now, but they could easily be sending people here to infiltrate.
Absolutely.
Infiltrate. How easy is it to come in and get a new identity, and you get money from the government, and you're all set up, and you can do whatever you want. You're John Doe for the rest of your life because they don't know who you are, and you say, I'm Peter Chan, and they give you your new ID.
And here's the other thing.
And your new age.
No,
and your
the
new
other thing.
everything.
I'm not saying you have to be a genius to run a country, but I mean, and I'm not talking about the United States. I'm talking about all these South American, Middle East, European, Asian. If you have a country and you got a shitload of shit in your prison,
yeah,
and it's costing you money to take care of them,
And they say,
What am I gonna do with these
yeah,
people?
you could just let them go, and they.
how would you like?
How
How would you like a one-way ticket to America? What do you say about that? They'll take care of you. They'll give you. You'll get yourself an iPhone, a hotel room in New York City. What do you say? Raise your hands. How many people want to go to New York City?
Everybody.
Everybody, right? And pedophiles, rapists, whatever, drug dealers. All right, empty it out. Send them on over. Load up the plane.
It's like the average person, like, okay, trade the. Would you want to move to any other country in the world and start over at this point in your life? No, because you were successful. You're a good, good citizen. You're not going to give up everything. The only people who are going to go to another country, a few dream seekers for the American dream,
Right.
and mostly people are trying to get away from stuff.
Exactly.
We could start anew and get free money in America.
Here's the thing,
it's
too.
outrageous.
So can you work here? So they can they be documented workers, pay into Social Security, claim they're 10 years older than they are, and retire 10 years sooner than us?
Well, they're not paying money in, though.
If they start
If they're working
But they have-
legitimately,
how
they
long
would
would they be working? If they work their whole,
It doesn't
You need to
matter.
work 20 quarters.
you got to
or
work a
whatever.
lot to get social to get.
Well,
4 or 5
if
years.
if they're in their 20s or 30s and they
Yeah.
start working now, and then they claim that they're 10 years older than they really
But,
are.
well,
Then they're 10 years older.
And
Then
then
they're
they
10
get
years
to
older.
retire 10 years
Yeah.
sooner than
Yes.
the Americans and
But
start collecting
here's the
money.
deal: if they're like in their 50s and they don't speak English and they have no education, here's your check.
Yeah.
Here's your check. Here you go. You're uneducated, don't speak English. Here's your check.
It's a giant scam. They're putting them up on all these hotels, so the hotels are getting big. They're not just getting money for the room; they're getting money from the government to do
shit,
it.
yeah.
Millions of dollars.
Plus
It's a
100%
giant scam.
occupancy.
Yeah.
100% occupancy. I mean, come on. It's a hotel.
That's what I feel like they're doing with all these apartments here. I'm like, so is this ever gonna, stop where people are moving here? I thought, you never see apartment buildings go out of business. So
Well,
I thought they probably have,
Section 8.
they probably have a deal with the government that if these don't fill up, we have, something to rely on that will fill them up. We will turn them into Section 8 for the government and get money. And so it doesn't matter if we build these and people aren't
That's
coming.
what I was worried about. Like when
They
where,
always
where
have a
I
safety
was,
net.
It was all houses, and then I guess at the end there was 5 acres there or whatever, 10 acres, and they built apartment houses. They're very modern and this and that, and all right, great, high rent and this and that. But now 5 years later or whatever. The economy goes bad. You got homeless people. People can't afford that high rent anymore. I own this thing. I gotta rent these things out.
Yeah.
I go to the government, say, listen, Section 8, you guarantee every first of the month you get your check.
Yep.
Guaranteed. You're not fighting any tenants. Where's my rent and this and that. First of the month you get your check every month. So that can happen. Because they don't care. That guy probably lives in Miami that owns that complex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You don't
saying?
care.
So he goes, okay, Section. I don't give a shit about all these
I
people
don't
with
care what
their homes
I
and
don't
shit
care
down
what
the
your
block.
little town used to be.
Exactly.
Now it's this. I don't
Absolutely.
give a fuck. I live
And
in
now you got 200 families that are, pieces of shit living down a block from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to think, well, this has got to be a conspiracy because it seems like they're intentionally doing it. What's the end game? And with our corrupt, incompetent government, the end game could just be, we're just trying to make as much money as we can before, everything goes to hell. And they're just they don't care. They're just letting them in, and they're making a ton of money on it. And they're there's a lot of child trafficking going on that nobody's talking about at all.
Shit, yeah.
A lot.
There's so much child trafficking.
I mean, it's a crime against humanity, and nobody's even saying a word.
You know, this country is so, slavery, what we did with slavery against the black people and this and that. We still got it going on. We're just selling young kids. We're just selling young kids into slavery. They don't call it slavery. They call it pedophiling. It's fucking slavery. It's worse than slavery.
Nobody cares.
They just had a thing on the news last night saying that the WIC, you know what WIC is, Trace?
Yeah.
The money they give, mothers and kids, for food and stuff.
Yeah.
Welfare.
They said that the WIC is short several billion dollars. They said that the government has given WIC like $11 billion, but they're short $7 billion.
Yeah, it was like $7 billion.
Dollars. So they're going to be cutting off a bunch of people's food. Yet, which, somebody needs to get a job here. But when I see them giving money to Ukraine, but we're having to cut off people's food in the United States, it just makes me feel like, well, I guess I'd rather them give people food in the United States.
At least keep it in here.
Than give the money to Ukraine.
Yeah, but
I would much rather.
And you're absolutely right. But they don't give a fuck about what you think. They're giving it to both. They're giving it to both, and we're paying it. We're paying it. Freaking $22 cheeseburgers. I mean, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, but I wish, why don't they let us vote whether we want to give money to Ukraine?
You can vote, but I don't know if
they did.
It's kind of fixed. If they let you vote, Trump would be president.
Right. If they would let you vote whether we give it to Ukraine, they would just lie to you, and most people would go, oh, well, we got to give it to Ukraine because they said this, some stupid bullshit they'd feed you with, and there's no getting out of it. There's no getting away from it. And you can't say, well, I'd rather you give the money. Why don't you give all Americans health care instead of giving the money to Ukraine? I'd rather that, but they won't. They'll act like, oh, we don't have money for that. The hell don't.
Yeah. No, we got to forgive college loans first.
Yeah.
We got to give 18-year-olds that we scammed into taking $30,000, $40,000 and then forgive them.
So the country, the country, a lot of, you could say all this stuff going on. The country's going to hell in a handbasket, and we're going to have two 80-year-olds running for president.
Yeah.
That's the most qualified people in the country are two 80-year-old men who couldn't get a job at a convenience store because they're 80 years old.
Right.
So I don't see anything getting better. It's going to be good. This is going to be fun. 2024. Ooh, buckle your seatbelts. AI.
Doesn't that show people that it's all a work? It's all fake.
No.
I watched something on X yesterday, and it was like a 10-minute tirade against Trump about if you vote for him and he gets elected, he's never going to leave office. He's going to change the government to where he's president for life.
Yeah.
This should be a commercial for college is a waste of money, because this was every college educated person saying it. CNN, MSNBC, all these people, college educated. He's just like Hitler. He's just like Mussolini. He's never going to do this. He's going to take away all your money. These are college educated people just lying through their teeth to you.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying he's an angel. I'm not saying he's an angel, but he's not Hitler. I'm sorry.
It has nothing to do with college education. That's their job, and they're told. And it's obviously a coordinated effort, and it's completely
coordinated.
I don't know what's going on because that's not the strategy. Nobody's. Like the Trump haters are going to buy that.
Yeah.
But the average person is not going to buy. He was already president for 4 years, and he didn't try to take, he didn't do anything authoritative.
No. He didn't weaponize the Department of Justice.
He didn't hunt down
like it is now.
He didn't hunt down protesters with facial recognition and put them in jail for 2 years.
Exactly.
So I don't, it's some kind of strategy that I can't figure out, almost like they're
socialism, man. They're just selling this country down to socialism.
Their strategy, because their strategy is drawn out for 20 years.
Their strategy is to knock we're on top of the hill and knock us off the top of the hill.
Yeah,
that's the strategy, man.
Well, what happened
We've
to
been on the top of the hill
Americans
too
to
long.
where we just don't care? Like
Where
they
we
can do
just
what
lay down.
We're watching Netflix.
I guess
exactly right.
We're smoking legal weed and watching Netflix. I
and
guess.
getting,
on your
and
cell
getting all
phone
worked
and-
up about
Cell phone.
You're trying to be an
self-checkouts.
influencer.
Culture wars. We're worried about what sex you are, and we're all worried about all this other stuff.
Yeah, they got this
When the
stuff.
number
While
one-
they're doing this stuff, they got this stuff going on to keep you occupied.
You're looking
while
at
they're
this
doing
hand
stuff.
while the other hand is in your pocket.
I mean, I watched a video of the 1960s about making laws about people wearing seatbelts and drinking and driving. And they came out and said you're not allowed to drink beer while you drive.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's a goddamn communist country. I go to work and you're gonna tell me I can't drink a bottle of liquor on the way home? You're
Yep.
full of shit. And my kids gotta wear a seatbelt. What the fuck are you talking
I mean,
about?
they're interviewing a guy, and he's in his car. And he's got a beer in his hand.
Exactly right.
And now with the facial recognition, the government is all up in your business, and nobody really cares
and you
about
know
it.
what? DUI didn't get until mothers got into it. It was
Mothers
mad.
against
It was mothers
drunk
against drunk driving. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, if I ever walked in to the station house with a drunk driver, fucking desk sergeant would have fucking kicked my ass out the door. He's like, what are you? You can't catch a real criminal? What's your problem? What is your problem? You know? But Mothers Against Drunk, they were right. I mean, I'm not saying they're not right, but it didn't kick in until Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and that's where it is. Until people stand up or whatever,
But we need
shit's not gonna get
mothers against corrupt government.
Yeah.
Is the only way we're gonna.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
way the mothers.
Mothers, they're just trying it in the school, and and the government tried to make them terrorists. When they're speaking out against the school boards and
Because
stuff.
every right they try to take away from you, they get the people to demand it. So they will kill 300 innocent children in schools if they have to try to make you be on their side about guns. They will make people demand that you take guns away by killing, they'll get some crazy person to go shoot up schools. And that's, they don't care. They don't give two fucks about that, about killing people. They don't care. They just want
They're
to
surrounded by security guards. Why should they
They just want
care?
you to think the way they want you to think, and that's how they get you to do that. Is by doing bad things.
It is weird that I don't know if it was COVID or what the deal is, but people seem to care a lot less all of a sudden about school. And usually they don't let you get away with that, but I've got the calls that you were talking about just the other day that next year they're going to have a bunch of 4-day weekends because to try and convince people to take their kids to school more.
Yeah, people. Because the parents aren't taking their kids to school.
Yeah, it's weird.
They said there's so many absentees that they got to try to discourage by giving you more 4-day weekends next year.
Because we're such a lackadaisical, self-involved society now that we're not even worried about taking our kids to school.
People are too busy on their phones to get their kid to school.
I
agree with it.
The other thing that came out of COVID was that people found out that they can educate their children better than the education system.
That's true. That's true as well.
Homeschooling
Homeschooling's way up. It's
got
way up.
real popular.
It's way up.
Way up. And charter schools and stuff like that. They figured parents were like, yeah, I want my kid to learn reading and writing as opposed to being
and I
recognizing a transgender and able to dance or whatever.
I almost see that as a good thing.
It is a good thing.
But also...
It sucks for our education system, but it's a good thing.
I think it's also raising a bunch of kids that have no social skills except for on social media.
Yeah.
And they're at home all day by themselves. Even though they're homeschooled and their friends might be homeschooled, they're still not getting out in the neighborhood.
And the ones that do get out, you've seen them at restaurants.
All right.
They get out at restaurants and they act like a bunch of fucking animals.
And I could be wrong
know how
here,
to act around
but I mean, if the kids that are actually going to school today, if they're not on a team or anything, what are they doing? What social interaction they got? I don't see kids hanging out in schoolyards or hanging out on corners or anything else, unless they're in a program sport, a sports program or something.
They're walking around with a hoodie and
exactly.
earbuds in and looking at their
so,
phone.
I mean, being homeschooled and going to school, socialism,
But if you... if the education system was run right, is something attacking you guys underneath?
Yeah, I thought it was a dog underneath. I'm hitting a wire. I'm like, stop that dog licking my leg.
If the education system was run properly, and which would be pretty easy to do, going to school is good for kids. If it was run right, it's good.
Exactly.
You make friends and
exactly.
But they've drove it into the ground, so where most parents are like, I think my kid's better at home, not talking to other kids because it's a cesspool out there.
Exactly. TikTok. What are you going to learn in school? TikTok challenge.
TikTok.
I think part of the reason that they're not telling you, part of the reason that a lot of people are wanting to homeschool their kids is because what the school system is doing. And the schools are going to, maybe in 20 years, the schools are only going to be filled with kids that have disabilities. That's it.
The parents are trying to get pawn off for a while.
Oh, exactly. Parents that want to as a daycare center.
Home.
Yeah, your school is a daycare center.
Yeah,
and
the
it
schools
is
are
to
just going to be
a lot of
daycare
people
centers.
is now.
But so
because they send kids to school that don't need to be there at all. They can't learn, and they'll never learn beyond a certain, grade level.
But you go back like what you're saying. You go back to when I was in school, and there was a special class.
Yeah,
exactly.
And there were the kids that they weren't learning; they were getting babysit, and the government, took your tax dollars, and they would babysit your kid who wasn't learning anything because he was special or
because you had a job or you just needed some time.
Yeah, which is fine, and I don't have a problem with that. But what they've done now is
they've integrated them.
It's like
Exactly.
no, you can't keep these kids separate. Some kids need to be separated,
Yeah.
and they're just and you got these teachers having to. You had a special teacher who was, God love him,
Exactly.
going to deal with these special needs kids every day of
Yeah.
her or his life, and that's a great thing. Now,
But now there's so
I didn't
many
sign up
of
for that.
them.
I was just a sociology teacher or a history
Yeah.
teacher, and now I got
And now my whole class is spent
And-
focusing
and
on
that's
this
what
one person or these five
Exactly.
people now,
And-
and the other kids aren't able to learn anything because all I'm doing is babysitting these other kids.
And I agree with that. They
are doing
instead of
that in your
separating-
schools. Check them out because they're doing that.
Instead of separating, integrating them with everybody else, and yes, it's making the teacher's job 10 times harder. But I also am a little pissed off that the teachers aren't speaking up and saying, you need to separate these kids. The reason why these kids are not being educated is because I'm spending 75% of the time
You know what?
disciplining.
They are speaking up. That's
I
why
don't
there's
hear shit on
That's
them.
why there's a shortage of
They're not.
teachers.
They're
Well,
they're just
they're not
Speaking
speaking up. They're just
they're just quitting.
Well, they're
They're
either
just quitting.
quitting
Because
or
they know-
they're
they know.
afraid if they speak
Yeah,
up,
but
they'll
they
get
but
fired.
nobody, everybody's like, oh, there's a shortage of teachers. Why is there a shortage of teachers? Oh, well, they don't get paid enough. Oh, they don't. You know what? If they were just allowed to teach, there wouldn't be a shortage of teachers. Instead of being freaking, disciplinaries, they didn't go to 4 years of college to learn how to discipline Johnny. They want to teach how to read and write.
And I used to be a substitute teacher, and I really enjoy coaching. And sometimes I'm thinking, like right now, just having a degree in sociology, I could go be a teacher right now.
Yeah.
I get hired like that.
Exactly right.
And I'm like, fucking no way. The way the kids are and the way they run the schools now, I would never do that. It's
Oh,
like
man.
that's got to be a terrible job.
And Louise, why don't you be a substitute? You could be a substitute. You just
Oh, my
And I'm like,
God.
are you out of your fucking
my
mind?
God.
Can you imagine some 17-year-old putting his hand on me? I'm like, are you shitting me? I'd be out of there in 3 hours.
Oh, you gotta do it and videotape it. My
Yeah,
God,
I'm
can
like,
you
are you
imagine
nuts?
Jerry as a substitute teacher
No.
in this with the kids nowadays?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Excuse me, you got to call me by my pronoun. Fuck you. Get a
Yeah,
job.
I don't think. Yeah, Jerry would be escorted out by the police
Immediately. I don't blame him.
Excuse me, I feel very intimidated by your voice. Yeah? You think that's let me show you what intimidation is. You fucking kids.
They
Fucking
did separate
butterflies.
when I went to high school. My high school, they did separate the dumb kids from the smart kids.
Well, they've always done that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when I went to junior high school, they were like like 12 7th grades, 12 8th grades, and 12 9th grades. Like, and you went according to how smart you are. If you were in 712, you were pretty dumbass.
I'm surprised I wonder if they still do that.
Probably not.
Because, that was the easier way. You're just saying this is an advanced class. And you put the advanced kids in. Now that would be like, you saying my kid's not advanced? Yeah, that's what we're saying. He's not advanced.
You want him to get there? Keep him home and help him study. There's the answer.
I didn't realize till I was 30. I mean, me and my friend Jimmy, we were never in the same class. And for 20 years, I thought, man, we were so bad together. They didn't put us in one class together ever. And then I realized I noticed that he was a rocket scientist as I grew up, and I was like, oh, that's why we weren't in any of the same classes.
He's an actual.
And the fact that it took you to the 30s. That was another problem.
He's an actual rocket scientist.
Yeah, I had no idea. No idea he was.
Because when you guys he'd come over, he didn't act like a rocket
scientist. No, not at all.
You two would get in trouble. Yeah, and once was it him or you that got the anchor in the leg? It was him, right?
He got the anchor in the leg.
Yeah, Trace threw an anchor at him or something, just sliced his shin open. The parents both went and they both passed out in the room. Both of them hit the floor.
Really?
Looking at him,
it was a
they
disaster.
Could go look at the doctor stitching his leg up, and it made them both pass out. What happened to that for real? You guys were pulling an anchor out of the...
I don't know. I might have cut him with some shears. I don't know.
It was a total lie. It wasn't even an anchor.
Nothing to do
There
with
was
an
so
anchor.
much adrenaline that I don't even know. We were over there we were throwing an anchor into the pond trying to pull out some tree branches. But I can't remember if we were pulling the anchor at the time or if we were shearing at the time and cut his leg.
Shearing.
What would you be shearing?
Shearing.
We were just
shearing, man.
We were just fucking stupid kids chopping up wood.
So you would that's the class that you needed for the A. Shearing in school.
Shearing.
Do you remember you wanted why aren't they giving the class that I can get an A?
Should have been a
Shearing would have been the class.
Maybe that's why Jimmy's mom took him out of that school, because she was like, I got to get him away from
We couldn't hang out for a lot of the stuff was his ideas, but we couldn't hang out for 20 minutes without the cops almost showing up. And it was all just stupid kid stuff, shooting things with paintballs and shooting stuff with BB guns. And he thought, he shot out we spent all day trying to get this BB gun from Walmart. And we ended up, getting somebody to buy it for us because we were 16 or so. And he goes home with it. And I don't even know how I got roped into this one. But he went to shoot his neighbor's sliding glass door. And he shot it because he wanted to see if it would break it. But it was like a $300 door. And then they're calling me like, did you buy this gun with Jimmy? I'm like, yeah, but like... You can't blame me for shooting. I was at my house when he did this. I can't be in trouble for this.
Jimmy would never have done it without Trace's influence. It's
right.
Trace's influence, I guarantee it.
Can you imagine being the person? I would never buy a gun for a kid. You're
a BB gun?
Any gun, yeah.
You're
on the hook if they fucking.
You can always find a wino somewhere that would, hey, give me $1 for a wine and go in and get me a BB gun.
I'm just
outside of it was back in the day. It was cash and carry, and he's like, "Here, I got $20. Could you get me a?" All right. I was.
I haven't been asked that many times. And now with the age of being able coming up and be like, can you get me a pack of cigarettes or a blunt? And I just have to do that. I'm like, you're 19 fucking years.
You could buy cigarettes and stuff, but we weren't able to buy beer. But the neighborhood, there was always you're only 2-3 years behind. And you knew the 18 and 19-year-olds, and you were kind of friendly with them and stuff. So you're like, hey, go get me a six-pack. Yeah, no problem. Because it only had to be 18 back then.
Sure.
And then by the time you were 17, you were able to drink in the bars anyway. Because nobody checked ID back then. It was 18. So you were in the bars at 17 drinking. Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't get shot one time, me and my friend Jimmy, by the cops almost twice. We were playing between these two neighborhoods in the woods. We were playing paintball. And we're out there, playing for a couple hours.
Oh, I remember
and
these
cops come sneaking up on us, and we hear them coming. So we're like, who the hell's coming up and sneaking up? So we sneak up on these cops with paintball guns, and we see them, and we're like, don't shoot us. You know, we got paintball guns. And they ended up coming up to us, and we talked for like an hour. They ended up being like real cool cops, and they were just like, oh, yeah, a lot of people steal stuff from this neighborhood and use this to exit. And we heard people are out here, so we came to check. We could see guys are just playing paintball or whatever. So we didn't get shot in that encounter. But we go back to our cars a couple miles away, walk through the woods, and there's a cop posted up right next to it. We thought it was the cops we had just talked to. So we all, and my friend Jimmy's like, I bet it'd be funny if we get these cops to drive us back to my parents' house and tell them we got arrested.
Oh, my God.
So we're like all excited. And we all three run up with our paintball guns to this cop car.
Oh, my God.
Different cop. He's not having as much fun as these other cops. Did
he draw down?
No, he didn't draw down, but he got out of that car real quick. He's like, "Put those down!" And we're like, "Oh shit, this is a different cop."
You're lucky you're alive.
Did you immediately put them down?
Yeah,
if you hadn't, I bet he would have drawn down on you, man.
And we even, that took a little bit longer of explanation.
Did you tell him? I imagine you told him we were just talking to
We're
the
like,
other
we
cops.
swear we were just talking to the cops, and they were way cooler than you. And like,
see, there's another class you would have got an A at, like listening. Because now today, well, motherfucker, this is just a paintball gun. Bang, bang, bang.
Don't tell me what to do.
And then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, what did they shot him with a paintball gun? You just listen,
I think Jimmy even still asked this cop to drive us if they could drive us to his parents and say we got arrested. He was like, hell no.
That would have been funny. Is it glitchy? Anybody notice that it's glitchy?
It was glitching. It went away once.
Oh,
but it came back.
We got 100. We got 111
right
people watching.
We got
So
100, it's the automatic over 100 glitch that Twitch puts on us. It's back in the day, if we got 200, always went off. It's like somebody was somebody squat. It's the NSA. They'll let us say what we want to say, all our propaganda, but to a point. They won't let us reach too many people.
If it's glitch and go, we're on YouTube as well.
I wasn't saying anything to get violent or nothing.
Did you say it was glitching on YouTube?
No, I'm saying if it's glitch and go to YouTube. I don't know. They don't block us on YouTube. Maybe.
Let me
we
check
got
it
the
out.
hundo block.
Are we glitching? I was going to ask you, Donna.
Glitching mean?
Just like
cutting out and stuff.
Out.
Looks okay, I think. Looks okay.
Yeah, it was okay. That's what I was keeping an eye because
it's a real technical term. I take it.
It went to black screen once, and then when I came back, it was kind of going. But it's all right. It's all right now.
I keep meaning to ask you, babe. Does the Hillsborough County deal still do the mugshots the way they used to? You remember when we went through the mugshots?
That was Pasco.
Okay, do they still do that, or is it different?
I haven't looked at it.
But we got to do that again because I played it a couple weeks ago when we go. Oh, it's so funny to go through
people's mugs.
We did 30 of them, and they're all just outrageous people, just ridiculous people. So we'll have to do that again. We did that on the bar show last time. All right, let's take.
We did awful on the DraftKings. I don't understand why more people don't come and take our money. Because I thought I had a good lineup. I tried to do it like I did one time when I won. I just tried to pick certain number, whatever, and I came in last place, 11th place. You came in 10th. It's like, what happened?
Go to draft.
Evil Bear came in first. Jay Waka Flocka, Angry Ginger, D James, and then Huskers Rule. That was the top 5 that get money. I haven't got money for a while.
Now,
come take our money. Come join the DraftKings.
2 weeks ago, I won $25.
Yeah.
Now, how do you? Yeah, you can't just go to DraftKings. Don't you have to get a hold of Jay Waka Flocka?
Jay Waka Flocka, and he'll send you a link to the league, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, come take our money.
Join the league.
Come take me and Donna's money.
See if we can get some more people in there this week.
I'm trying to make that money.
And maybe I won't be last.
You all bet against Joey Cutlets of the Giants there.
That's a pretty good story.
It's a great story.
Joey Cutlets.
Great story.
Doing pretty well.
What is all the Patrick Mahomes news? I keep seeing just something about him everywhere, but I haven't really got into it.
He flipped out over an offside call. I mean, too bad. It is too bad it was offsides because even if you don't like the Chiefs, what a great play!
Yeah.
It's the last play of the game, and they're down by 4.
Yeah,
and so he completes a pass. No time left on the clock. to Kelsey naturally, and
Yeah.
Kelsey gets down to about the 20, and he waits till the guys
About to get tackled.
2 or 3 guys are on him. Throws this beautiful
Nice
spiral,
pass.
beautiful spiral to Tony, who's
The
on the
guy's offside.
on the other. The guy who was offside on the
Yeah.
other sideline and scores a touchdown. Crazy, and then the guy lined off like that much offside.
He was obviously offside.
It was bad.
It wasn't a toenail. I mean,
No,
his whole foot was offside. Yeah.
And so, they're saying that's never called. Because they're saying that, I didn't know this, they're saying the refs usually, if you're line off offside one play, the next play, the ref's like, hey, don't line offsides anymore. I don't know if he was warned or not, but still he was offside. But such a good play. It would be one of those that you see, like the Motor City Miracle, the Music City Miracle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You'll never see it again because it didn't happen.
Didn't count.
It didn't
But
happen.
you know what? And the flag went up right away, though. I mean,
It
the
did,
flag
it
went
did,
up right
it did.
away. So it's not like one of them pass interferences where the guy's headed back to the sideline, and all of a sudden the flag goes up. The flag went up right
because
away.
it was so obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, I'm like, his whole foot was practically over the line.
That's a weird call to see. I mean, usually you check in with the ref. I mean, when I was in high school, every time you go out and you line up, you look at the ref and he gives you a nod.
See, and now I saw Tony. They got videos and he looked over, but it was like this. He went like this. It's like I don't know if he got the okay because he just went like that.
I mean, how bad is your? I mean, he would. I mean, I could see him being pissed if you're a little bit off. The tone. I mean, okay, you kind of visually in the line at scrimmage.
I mean, it was a lot.
But he was, he was over a lot.
It's the most offsides I've ever seen anybody line
Yeah, exactly.
up.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the other side. I don't.
But yeah, them's the breaks.
But he
Yeah,
got.
but-
I mean, Mahomes. I never seen Mahomes get so.
Oh, they had to hold him back. He was
You know,
freaking out. He was freaking out.
Really he got hot.
And you see, okay, so if you're, the NFL, that say for some reason they wanted the, who was it? The Packers? Who were they playing? The Packers?
No, Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Wasn't it?
Oh, because they want
yeah.
Buffalo in the playoffs, maybe. That's because they're Josh Allen and everything. So the guy sees that, and normally he wouldn't throw the flag, but he's like, oh, this is an easy one. If they should happen to score, it's coming back.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of suspect calls.
And again, you know what? I think that's bullshit we'll give you a warning. What is this warning shit? All right, if your toenail's over, but what is this warning shit? Do you give a warning on holding? I mean, do you give a warning on roughing the quarterback? I mean, that's bullshit warning.
As a player, you should be, err on the side of caution and make sure you're not, look
Exactly.
you can see the ball, you know where the ball is.
And it's not like this is your first year. You've been playing since you're 6 years old.
And it wasn't
you know?
it was a hurry up offense, but he was lined up for a good couple seconds,
Yeah, I mean.
Oh well. Let's take a break. Quit worrying about the Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll be back. Wrap up the show, and we got Mike and Jerry coming up at 11 o'clock.
And I got a few things to say.
I bet you do.
Jeez.
I got a few things to say.
Oh, this is wrong. I got the wrong deal right here, though.
Oh wait, Jerry, wait.
Oh jeez. Oh lordy. All hell's breaking loose, and we'll be right back with more ClusterF.
Me and you and Lauren were sitting at the table
I'm
talking about
excited.
measuring things, measuring something. And
It's like you can't measure stuff, and she goes, when you're measuring something, and it's like a foot and 3 dashes, and
or sometimes a foot and 3 dashes and just a little tiny bit more.
just a little bit more. And then I say, sometimes when you measure something, it's like, okay, it's 3 of my fingers, but they're not squished together too much. They're just perfectly that's how it is. Just 3 fingers, but not squished together too much. So let me see if it makes it.
And Lauren's going, or when you do it like this, and then by the time you
Oh,
get
God.
over to it, it's bigger.
Yeah, I'm only the.
It's like you feel like you're the stiffest you've ever been.
I'm like, I just know they're moving.
That's perfect.
Or your finger, you
just-
do like a joint. Each joint. Okay, it's only a little bit more than that joint. And I said, I guess this is why there's not a lot of women contractors.
But sometimes it is when you're 3 fingers, but they're really squished together, and that's how long it is.
Yeah, I was trying to see if my washer would fit out my door the other day. And the first time I was like, no way. And the second time, oh, maybe.
It's like there is no way to do that. Everybody's tried that. And done it. All right, it's exactly.
We should get a
this.
tape measure. But
We
it's
should
like,
get
it
a
feels
tape
like,
measure and see if we could actually do that.
it feels like, okay,
You
I'm not
can't.
even
You
moving
know
my
you're
arms. I'm
moving.
just moving my body.
It's like to tickle like your wife, like Donna, who's ticklish, so bad to really get her. I mean, you almost have to abuse her.
Yeah.
Because she's fighting hard.
Oh,
she
yeah.
fights hard as hell, and it's like, I'm not going to punch her out so I can tickle her.
No, I mean, just because I don't like being tickled so much, a few times I really, held Lauren down and gave her the tickle treatment until she was just
Is she as ticklish?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I
how
mean,
you
I
want to
am
fight.
getting, I am getting exhausted thinking about it.
It's
it's
draining.
Like, I mean, every time I'm tickled, it ends in me going. Like
I'm exhausted.
And some people aren't ticklish. It's like
I
weird.
know.
It's like ingrained when you're little. If you're not tickled when you're little, then you're not ticklish
something,
for
I
life.
don't know.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, I'm kind of ticklish.
That's
but
what
like
you
the
guys got from me is the
Yeah.
ticklish.
The
Very
gr-
ticklish.
The girls try to tickle me, and I'm just like, nope.
And
I
I
had
They don't
no
like it.
idea.
Don't touch me.
Who you were talking? You said the girls trying to tickle you. I'm like, who the what?
When I go out on the street, the girls always try to tickle me. As I wear a shirt that says, "Don't tickle me, girls." Welcome back to ClusterF. It's Thursday already. Ned in your head. Tomorrow, oh, is it Thursday?
Thursday,
Yeah,
man.
I never asked Brandon about the bar show. Man, time's just flying, man. It's flying.
John.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll do a bar show tomorrow night. Ned in your head tomorrow morning. I may start out early. We'll see. Donna might need help tomorrow. Going to be busy. Christmas is a busy season, surprisingly at a flower shop because everybody gets, I didn't know this, everybody gets Christmas centerpieces.
So, yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I never got it. My mom never had a Christmas centerpiece. But that's oh my God, a ton of people. So that's one of her busiest times of the year. So I may start Ned even earlier, or I may not.
And Donna, you're on your own.
Yeah. 7:45 is early enough for me, but I'll try.
You got 3 kids, Donna. Get them to help.
There you go. Yeah, Trace will be out there. He'll be out there helping.
Man, the wing Wednesday at Miller's is fine. They finally raised their wing prices.
Oh yeah, how much? What was it? $6.99.
It
What
was like
it?
$8.99 for 12.
That's a good. That's a
That's
great.
a good price.
That's a great,
real good.
And they were good wings too. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Miller's has good
I think
wings.
it's 12 for 12 now.
You get drumsticks, or you just get wings.
I just order wings. You know, I like the wings, the
best,
the wing part, the best. but-
Really?
Jerry doesn't
Nothing
like.
to
You
it.
don't like it either, do you?
It's not that- well, if I gotta have it, I'm gonna have a drumstick, man. It's some meat on it. You know, I mean, there's no meat on a freaking wing.
Oh, it's just
It's the,
so much
it's
the
the
crispiness.
It's just the skin.
Oh, is that
That's
it? The skins?
Oh, that's the
Oh,
only.
I
the
love
only-
it.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Now I
eat-
get it then. Okay.
I eat
Because
them-
I'm like, there's nothing on it. Like, what are these
No.
people going nuts for?
I don't even. I eat the meat just for nutrition.
Okay.
Because it's
All
just
right.
just plain old chicken.
All
But,
right.
oh, the crispy.
See, Luann's
skin.
like that when
Oh.
she makes the turkey. Like, that
Oh,
turkey
yeah.
skin. She goes absolutely, like, don't you dare go near that. And I'm like, I don't want no part of it, you know? But she goes absolutely nuts over the skin of the turkey. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean,
Crispy.
See,
yeah.
Donna always makes usually we have Thanksgiving here.
Right.
She makes a turkey. She's like a lot of spices on the turkey, and it's
Right.
and the skin is so good. And I'm cutting the turkey, so I'm like, me and Donna are getting this skin. I don't even think anybody else is getting this. The top breast skin is so good.
I mean,
Now I get it.
When I
Okay.
used to go out and get chicken wings with like a friend and have some beers, we'd get either 12 or like 24 each and just down them. Now when I go, I'm like, do you want to split 10 for, it's $17 for 10 wings. Do you want to split 10?
Yeah, the packs that I buy from the grocery store have reduced the amount that were in the package. There used to be like 19 whole ones with the wing and the little drummy thing attached, but now the last ones I got, there was only 14.
See, and again, I went through this once before here. Why are wings, like 10 wings in a grocery store is whatever, $12. You can get like 24 drumsticks for like $4. You know, and they're from the same chicken. You know what? Why is it? And there's less meat on the wing. You know, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The drumsticks just don't seem as good.
When you're like
I don't know
when you're a
why.
kid, they con you, and they're like, you want the
Ooh, you get
drumstick,
the
and you're like, ooh, the drumstick. You can hold it, and it's not. It's garbage.
But drumsticks got skin, don't it?
Yeah, it's got as much as a. It's just not good. The way the drumstick is formed, you don't get as much crispy skin.
Okay, you people are fucked up.
Maybe,
Maybe,
if
I
you
might
cook
be.
it like a
You
wing.
people are Martians or something. You're into skin. Yeah, God damn it. If I ever drop dead here, it'll be cooking my skin.
It is kind when you think about it. It's like, oh yeah, that skin. Well, I eat that animal skin. It's so crunchy and it's
Yeah.
delicious.
Freaking Martians.
I'll fry up some Jerry skin. Extra crispy.
Got to marinate me first.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I got the kids, man. Harper will down some wings with the hot sauce and everything on them.
Yeah, you got your kids eating adults. Like we took Bella to Tijuana Flats yesterday while we were waiting on Donna's tires, and she wants a taco, and we're like, what do you want on it? She's like, everything. And then we got chips, and she's like, can we get salsa with that too? And I was like, I need salsa and tacos. And
She's like everything plus sour cream.
and Harper eats the wings, and just you'd be disgusted, Jerry. She cleans them to every little. She's like,
Really, the tendons, everything gone.
She's like, and I'm just like,
So gross.
she is her father's daughter.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think Trace does that.
Oh, so we got practice tonight, soccer practice.
God, that ruined
hey,
my day.
I covered it last week, buddy. You want to cover it this week?
I don't care.
If you get the 40-yard dash cones out of that car, I'll go with you.
All right.
I got these years ago. They're these cones, and you got an electric timer, and it's got a beam, and as soon as you cross that, it stops, and then as soon as you cross the other cone, it gives you the exact time. And the kids love it,
Yeah.
they love seeing what their time is. So that'll kill 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll have them racing. That'll be an easy practice.
How do you tell each one of them their time? Does it give everybody's time?
No,
You do
one
it one
at
at
a
a
time.
time.
They get in a line.
Okay,
They
I
just do
thought
one
you
at a
were gonna
time.
say they
And it's
race.
I'm sorry if you're going to be so disappointed that you're slow 40 time, but this is the real world. And
Pick it up.
and we're going to shout out everybody's time.
Pick it up, lot ass. Pick it up.
The kids, they love it. That's an easy practice too. It's like I did practice last week because Trace was sick for these 8 and 9-year-olds, I think. And I it was good kids, but at the end I was just worn out, man. Just trying to keep them busy for an hour, worn out. But I love it. I love coaching kids.
They're supposed to have their last games Saturday, but it's supposed to be a lot of storms on
all
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah, this
all
weekend.
across Florida.
Saturday and Sunday.
And they said it may move up a little from us or not. If they don't even know.
They
yet,
don't know.
of course. But they said it's definitely going to be some severe storms across Florida. So.
One practice instead of 2 just changed my life this season. Like that, it's 1,000 times easier for some reason.
You can put up with them easier.
Yeah,
putting up with 8-year-olds twice a week is a lot harder.
And like it's a big difference. Like we did 6-year-old girls and then 7-year-old girls for the first 2 seasons. I mean, you'd be uncontrollable. Maniacs. Yeah, they
Which
just run
ones?
the girls for no reason. They're just being maniacs, and we just were pulling our hair out the whole season. This is the 8 and 9-year-olds so much easier. I guess a couple of years makes a big difference.
Well, are they different? Is it a different group?
Yeah.
Like different girls.
It's boys and girls, and it's different.
Because
different
like
kids.
by now they're probably they want to be there. Maybe
Yeah, they're just not. I'm
assholes.
telling you, we got a group of psychos. Like
the first time.
The first time. I mean, I was at practice, and one of the girls that was pretty psycho on our team, her brother was on practicing, and I seen him. He's just doing flips and just just screaming the entire practice. I'm looking over there like, oh, I don't miss that, man. I do not miss that at all. Screaming for no reason. Nobody telling him to stop or nothing.
Maybe they just need to get out, They don't get to get out much.
Need that twice a week practice.
You got to burn it off. Let's see if I got this. Hopefully this is the right clip. Travis Scott, he's a rapper. He's famous. And he excuse me. I think he and John McEnroe are combining at Nike for a shoe. I don't know, maybe.
Is he a basketball player?
Travis, no, he's a rapper.
Tennis.
Oh, John McEnroe? Tennis.
No, I know who John McEnroe is. Travis
He's a rapper.
Scott. Okay.
Yeah, he's a rapper. And
is he the one that had the concert where
people got trampled and everything?
Okay.
Him and John McEnroe are having a little bit of a tiff over this shoe.
Let me ask, was he popular? Was he a popular rapper, or did he get more popular because he dated a Kardashian?
I think he was pretty popular before.
Was he?
I think I don't know. To me, he's not that great, but you listen to here's the first words out of McEnroe's mouth.
God damn it, Travis.
John McEnroe. Good John.
I miss him. If they had more of him in tennis, I'd watch tennis more.
Exactly.
It was great. Him and Connors and shit every week. It was great tennis.
McEnroe was the best. He was the best.
He'd throw the racket
down.
Oh,
yeah. Cursing at the refs.
And he's mad again.
God damn it, Travis.
That's exactly what he'd say to the refs, right?
Yeah. Damn it, Travis.
He's right. Okay, let's have a bit of a compromise here. Her suggestion is to do a Cactus Mac thing for this one shoe instead of Cactus Jack. Okay, let's.
So they're trying to do a Cactus Mac because it's McEnroe. I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know shoes. I don't care about shoes, but that's what they're going to do. And Travis doesn't. He don't like it. Doesn't like the idea.
But John, like. I mean, somebody on here got correct me wrong, but this is my first time.
I don't know how you're a rapper. I don't know how you're a rapper when you are unintelligible. His words are unintelligible.
I care about this. Like, Cactus Mac was never a thing. Like, somebody.
Come on, man. Show a little respect. This is my shoe.
No, I mean, I'm not really like feeling it. It's like something about it just feel a little off. It's like a burger or something. Like, well, I ain't trying to take nothing away if you ain't trying to disrespect.
Did you say it sounds like a burger?
Yeah, but,
Cactus Mac?
You're telling us. I don't know how old. McEnroe's probably 60.
Oh, he's up there.
Telling him I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
I got you feeling it. I mean, come on.
Show some respect. respect, Travis.
Exactly.
Why
Yeah.
does he have to talk to him about his shoe?
It's combined, I think, isn't it?
Travis Scott alleged, I mean, Spice, he knows more about it than me. He says he's big in the shoes. Like Nike, he sells more shoes than anybody. I don't know. I don't. I buy shoes to wear.
I thought
Jordan sold more shoes than anybody.
Well, back in the day, yeah. But Travis Scott's the new hot guy, so McEnroe has to go through him.
I heard a bunch of. I thought Michael Jordan quit Nike just recently because he refuses to be woke.
Maybe I didn't hear
I think
that.
he turned down a $10 million deal from Nike because he's not going to support their wokeness,
and he could afford to do that.
Yeah.
But good for him if he did. Good for him. So here's John's still mad.
I ain't trying to do nothing like that. I just, trust me, I know more about the knowledge of the shoe than probably anybody, but.
Well, he knows everything about shoes.
Like right now, the young Rangers really the ones that's kind of pushing the needle for what's going on right now. I mean, you just gotta trust me on this, bro. Like,
Wait a minute, look. Take a look at this, okay? You see this picture?
bro, I'm not trying to see no old photos.
I like that. I'm not trying to see some old photos.
For being Nike's fired all these
look,
goddamn years, okay?
Come on, bro.
He's blah, blah. He's blah, blah,
It's
blah.
like he's
This
not
guy-
in person with him.
this
McEnroe
guy's-
would smack the shit out
He
of
got
him.
the brain of a 6-year-old.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yo, man, I ain't trying. Hey, look, where you going? Where you going?
John laughed.
John!
Exactly. He's on his way over to kick your ass.
Hey! Hell no.
David, I think we gotta.
What just happened?
Yeah, I think we gotta circle back.
Got to circle back. And then I saw this on the internet. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. This is allegedly Travis Scott painting over John McEnroe's Hall of Fame plaque with spray paint. So I played this last night on the Hang with Spice, and he's like, I think this is a work. This is to sell shoes. This whole thing is fake. So do you think? I mean, is it really a grown man gonna go spray paint somebody's plaque? Are you that?
Probably just a fake
Is this
plaque.
this
It was
big
a
on
picture
the
of
internet
plaque.
though? I mean, not that I'm on. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah.
I mean, is it that big on the internet that?
I saw it. I don't know how big it is, but
So it's probably a fake
do you
plaque,
thi-
and they,
do you think the whole argument was fake, mate?
Yeah.
You got to think about that nowadays. That's how you do things. You fake it, and you get and
He's
you
got the
reap the
younger
reward.
people wanting to buy the shoes. McEnroe's got the little older people wanting to buy the shoes.
And how do you get everybody to buy the shoe?
Well, the original argument might be right, and then you run with it.
And
you run with it.
McEnroe calls down. He's like, "Hey, John, we'll spray paint." He's like, "That's a good idea. Sell a lot of shoes,
Yeah,
maybe." I don't
it's
know.
fake.
You thinking it's fake?
Yeah.
Everything's fake, man. It's so hard.
Advertising
It's like preparing for the show. I find 20 things, and then I go through to determine which are completely 100% fake. And it's like, and it's like it's for clicks. People just saying, "How can I fake stuff that's completely means nothing, but it's gonna get me clicks?" And it's really ruining. It's ruining America with this fake stuff.
How will they know in the future what was the truth?
Yeah.
So
you think you
can
don't know it
say-
now?
Yeah.
Wait
Like
till the
You
future.
can see years ago, 200, 300, 400 years ago, people think they know stuff that happened. It's like, how could you possibly know any of that stuff that happened? When right now,
you don't.
in 50 years from now, they'll be saying stuff. And, if you were Trace could be going, "That wasn't true at all." I'm
Exactly right. I was there.
Trace is
I was
70
there.
and be going, "I
Yeah.
was there. That's not true at all. That was all fake. Everything back then was fake."
And
people will be believing it.
yeah.
People will be like, "Well, I believe in this because that's what it told me to believe in." And
History's fake. History's written
fake.
by the winners.
yeah,
Here's a Beverly Hills Cop, a new edition with Eddie Murphy. Did you see?
Is it
Ever
a
see Beverly
remake?
Hills? You never saw Beverly?
Oh, the original, yeah.
Yeah. It's, I mean, really funny. One of the
Yeah.
back when they used to make really funny comedies. I don't see it happen anymore. Here's the new trailer for that.
I almost admire you.
still on these streets, running and gunning. I'm just amazed it doesn't get to you.
You think he's going to be able to pull it off?
Is this him?
That's Eddie Murphy.
He looks pretty good.
I know, he looks pretty good.
He looks pretty good. How old is Eddie Murphy? He's
gotta be almost 60.
Yeah,
60
at
or
least,
so?
yeah.
Watch your ass out there, okay? I'm gonna be fine. They love me in Beverly Hills.
Who was that guy?
The guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The car. Okay.
Was that Foley, the original Foley? Is that the original
Oh,
Foley?
that looks like Paul Reiser. Is that?
Is it?
Well, Paul Reisner was in it. Yeah, he was.
Oh, was he?
He was his friend in Detroit.
I think you're right.
He was the cover-up in Detroit.
So this is Paul Reiser. Okay, so they got the gang the gang back together.
Was it Nick Nolte was in that? Or
No, that was 48 Hours.
48
okay.
hours. Yeah.
I'm gonna be fine. They love me in Beverly Hills. Detective Foley, you ever read your own files? Shootouts, disturbing the peace, a lot. Please tell me you didn't get arrested again. Twice, but I broke out.
Next summer.
He's 62.
He's 62. He looks
He
great.
looks good,
He looks
man.
great.
Black don't crack.
Yeah, don't. He looks great.
Every day. And for what? Comes with the job if you're doing it right.
I want to see if what's the guy's name? Judge Reinhold?
Yeah.
And that other guy's in it. Maybe not. Maybe they ditched those guys.
Axel.
So how many people have you pissed off so far?
I haven't pissed off anybody.
Oh, that's them.
That's him. That's right. I don't know. Is that the guy on the left? Is that the original?
That is.
Yeah, he lost some weight.
I'm going to go see this movie. That's going to be the first movie we've seen in a long time at the theater.
Paul Reiser's 67.
Actually, I think this is a Netflix movie.
It
Didn't
is.
it?
It's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Netflix. Did you hear me?
67. He looks good too.
Paul
Paul
Reiser
Reiser looked pretty good too. I wonder that there was. I think
it said Netflix.
Who's
at
the
the
guy? The guy who was in Perfect Strangers.
Oh, the Cocoon guy, the guy from Cocoon.
No, Perfect Strangers. He's the guy. He played. He had whatever. I think that was him. Early. He did an improvised scene with him in an art gallery in the original.
Yeah.
The original movie, and it was really funny. So this could be good.
Body.
Yeah,
50-50.
50-50.
Is it that high? So far.
Yeah.
Wow.
Axel F. I'm gonna go see that movie.
You don't have to go.
Only on Netflix. Only on Netflix.
I was gonna go see a movie. I'm gonna watch that for sure.
Yeah.
It's coming in the summer of 2024. That's a while.
6 months.
I think he's finally getting back into doing a couple things.
Who? Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I think he just took like 10 years off and he just was a donkey on Shrek. And then I think he had 10 kids. I
think when you're making that much money for animated work, you don't really.
Yeah,
why would?
exactly.
That is easy.
How many Shreks were there? 3 or 4, and you just go, hey, donkey. You know, he comes in there. I think they work like 2 or 3 days. You know, where you'd be working 2 or 3 months on a movie. It's like
Right.
2 or 3 days. You go in there, and you read your shit.
Probably go
After
in.
all the animation is done, you just put the voiceover in.
That's easy money.
You just sit down and read the lines. I mean, a movie's only maybe 2 hours long. So you just
read the
and you've
line.
only got
And you've
a
only got-
30-minute part in it.
Exactly.
So you just throw down 30
Yeah.
minutes of lines.
Yeah.
Bronson
Come back in the
Pinchot.
next day in case you missed anything.
Bronson Pinchot.
That's the guy.
Yeah, I hope this movie's good because it looks like it might be good. And I'm like, think of the great comedies you've seen in the last 5 years.
Haven't.
Nothing. All right, we're eating into the Mike and Jerry show. We're gonna wrap it up. Don't
All right.
forget, Ned in Your Head tomorrow morning, 7:45, maybe earlier.
Can
maybe
I ask
maybe
you,
not.
did it say when that comes out? Is
It's
that
summer of 24.
24.
So it's this
Netflix.
summer. Yeah, that'll be here before you know it.
6 months.
Trust me, it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
So a Ned in Your Head tomorrow. We're going to try to get together a bar show. If Brandon, I'm sure he's not listening now, forgot to ask you as usual. My bad, Brandon. So if you can't make it, that's my fault as usual. And we'll see you in a few minutes for Mike and Jerry. Thanks for listening. Hit it, Cheech.
Hey, Rich Doggy. Rich Doggy in the house. Oh, yeah. Yeah! Let's get this started. Doggy. Rich Doggy. Kitty. You should rename yourself Lazy Doggy. Whoa. You're also best friends with Rich Kitty. Rich Kitty. Because you're both rich. Both rich. We get it. You're so crazy I can squeeze you. Squeeze you like a stick. Cause you're so skinny. I can crack you like you're like a little stick. I can break. I can break ya. I hate this. I hate this song. But I'm still singing it. I like you. You don't like me. You're so annoying. As known as Rich Kitty. Hey, hey, hey. Hey! Little Rich Doggy! Rich Doggy! Why are you right here, right now? Why? Why? Rich Kitty! Rich your Kitty! Friend, but I hate her and you. You're so crazy. The friendly animals, like, friendly pipples. Oh wait, there is no such thing as that. Maybe because you're the crazy people, but I call you Rich People. But rich! But you are too crazy for that. You're rich! You're rich, Doggy, and I like to prove that. Here's my approval. Here's my approval that you can say that. Here's my approval. Here's my approval that you can say that. Oh, I am Rich Kitty. You can say that too. Oh, wait, Rich Kitty, I need to tell you something too. I have my approval that you can say that about you on your essay. Yeah. That is your approval. You so crazy. Crazy. You don't know how to act. Even your mama can't fix that. Like a rat. Even your mama couldn't fix that. Hey, Rich Doggy. You're in the house. You so crazy like a little lake. Oh wait, they're not crazy, they're just lazy. Just like you, you're just as lazy as one. And this is yeah. Rich Doggy.
It's been a long week, Jerry. I got to medicate. Welcome back. It's the Mike and Jerry Show. Jerry, probably the last one of the year, because I'm no way I'm going to be able to do it next week. It's going to be crazy.
All right, yeah.
But and then we're going to take probably the week after off. So we'll start January, start it back up.
Yeah, and then I got to take the week off for the wedding.
So
and
well, let's get our schedules, and we'll
maybe the middle of January be back or something like that. Somewhere around
just
there.
let me know. Let me know. So Mike and Jerry show. Did we do one last week? I don't even remember. I think
Trace was sick. So.
He's sick. He comes in. He lasts 5 minutes, and he's gone. I'm like, I could have had Jerry come in. He came in. He was all sad sack, and he's like, if you're hurting that bad, no sense trying to do the show. Just go back to bed, buddy. We'll see you later.
I'm trying to bring up. I'm not getting on your Wi-Fi.
You're not getting the Wi-Fi?
No.
Fortunately, the show is working. We're on. That's
all right. I just, because I read the Post every day.
I read the Post as well. It's got the most, to me, it's got the most interesting stories. It's always got great stories. That's where I get a lot of stuff for the shows, the New York Post.
And like all this protesting in the colleges, about Israel, and all this stuff. And
did you see? Was it Brown University? Let me see if I got that one here. Did you see at Brown? They're having one of those sit-ins at the university about the war, and the people came in and told them and told them what for. I am not afraid. So there's two college officials. They're looking at the kids singing, just waiting for them to get done with their BS. And they have no idea about the conflict or any of its history or if its origins or anything about it. They're just trying to get attention on social media and pretend.
Well, that's what I'm trying to,
But I'm not gonna sit through this guy's speech. But what he told him, he said, if you're not out of here by 5 o'clock, you're gonna get arrested. And come 5 o'clock, they arrested 41 of them. And they said, if you're a foreign student, you may lose everything. If you're a foreign student, we may send you back where you came from. And that's how you should handle that stuff. And that's why it's out of control, because nobody's saying no. Because it's a generation of kids that were not told no, and they don't think they're going to get told no about this.
That's where the hell is it? I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
It's Harvard. Okay.
The president.
How she got. She didn't get fired and all this other shit. Whatever.
Her name is Gay, I believe.
Yeah, but. I mean, it's a pretty rich school. And
the Harvard endowment is $1 billion. They have $1 billion.
They don't pay any taxes. They don't pay any taxes whatsoever. I mean, they had it in the Post.
It's an institution of higher learning, Jerry.
It's like it's supposed to be 37% or 34%, zero. 32%, zero. 35%, zero. Some other shit, 29%. I think they paid like 2%. Oh, here it is. I got it.
Dwight Nizzy just subscribed for 44 months. Thank you, Dwight Nizzy.
That's not coming up.
You're just going to have to wing it, buddy.
Yeah, it's just like, and the things you find... Like, okay, let's go back to what this all started about Israel and stuff. Yes, it's wrong, and all this other stuff. Okay, fine. And now, we need to fire this one. We need to fire that one because they're against Israel. They're pro, I don't know if they're pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian or whatever, but they're not voicing with Israel.
Yes.
But for the last... 10, 15 years, you're allowed to say America sucks in all these guys. I mean, this is what they're turning out. They were basically turning out like, yes, white supremacists, all white people in America are murderers and killers, and they stole the land from the indigenous people here, and everything's fine with that.
We're colonizers.
Yeah, colonizers, and again. What happened to Israel October 7th is wrong. But now it's like, you can't pick on it, but feel free to fucking call white people anything you want, or America sucks and this and that. Nobody got fired. I don't remember anybody getting fired over that. At any of these Ivy League schools, they're turning out all this bullshit, and nobody says a word.
And these Ivy League schools would turn down and cancel events from speakers who had points of view that the students didn't agree with, and the students would protest, and they would shut them down. But they say they can't shut them down now because it's free speech. It's complete hypocrisy.
Exactly.
It's
like if a conservative went in to speak, they got shouted down. They got thrown out. How dare you let these conservatives come in and speak? And I don't want to make it a conservative thing. It's just like, why now? Why over? And again, yes, right now, forget about October 7th. It's just a war now. Okay, it's just a war that's going on now. But if you speak up against Israel, like somebody was trying to go against Taylor Swift because she attended some concert where the guy was Palestinian or something, and they're saying you got to cancel Taylor Swift now because she attended some guy that was from Gaza or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, really? I mean, and I'm not I'm a little bit old to be a Taylor Swift fan, but I don't think that's right. She's probably an anti-Trumper or whatever. But again, I don't think she should be canceled if she went to a party where some guy was, pro-Palestinian. Why all of a sudden this big outrage when we've been turning out freaking communists for the last 20 years and nobody said a freaking word?
The outrage over the students being that way? Because
the students, the professors, the president. I mean, this is the president of a Ivy League school.
See, it's like, what would you expect? What position would you expect them to take after all the stuff that's going on in the last 20 years and how it's mainly white people are the problem?
Exactly. But if you say Jewish people are the problem, that's it. You're fired. And I'm not saying Jewish, but I mean, it's okay to say one sect is a problem, but not the other. And like you said before, if you're a conservative, try to go, do a conservative speech at Columbia College or Princeton or something like that, you got shouted off campus or you weren't even allowed on.
The left used to be the bastion of free speech lovers. The ACLU, they didn't care what you said.
Exactly.
They would defend the Klan. They would say the Klan has the right to parade and the Klan has the right to speak. And now it's completely reversed, and the left are the biggest controllers of free speech.
Now, here the federal taxes that Harvard gets a pass on. All right? Capital gains on share sales, whatever that is. It's a 37% rate.
They're hugely invested in the stock market.
Okay, 37% rate. Harvard pays 0. Interest on bonds, stocks, right? Interest on bonds, 37%. Harvard pays 0. Capital gains on bond sales, 37%. Harvard pays 0. Long-term capital goals, 15%. Harvard pays 0. Corporation tax, 21%. Harvard pays 0. Divided income, whatever that means, 37%. Harvard pays 0. All income, 37%. Harvard pays 1.4%. Talk about who's taking care of the rich. I mean, really? Are you kidding me?
Harvard has enough money where they can lobby to Congress to not have to pay those taxes. It's
Why
just the way it is.
Why is anybody paying to go to Harvard? Well, it should be free. What the hell? I mean, they're in the stock market, everything. They're into bonds, everything else. They're not paying any taxes on anything. Former graduates, they're donating money.
Yeah.
Why is anybody even paying to go to Harvard? And that's Harvard. God only knows what the other ones, Columbia and the rest of them are doing.
Because they can charge you, and they can also get rich on a multitude of ways and still charge you.
But
here's
the thing: the indoctrination of our children is all right. We will give you 0%. We won't charge you anything. It's 37%. Throw that shit out the window. We'll charge you 0, as long as you indoctrinate our children the right way.
That's probably part of the deal. That's part of that's 100% part of the deal.
And again, I got to tell people, to start watching the History Channel, because they do the World War II thing with Hitler. I don't see a difference. I don't see the difference between the indoctrination of our children and what Hitler did to our children, with the press, with the education, and I know it's a fault. People go, "Wow, you're really going out on a limb here," but it's not. I mean. And you look at the professors and the presidents of the school and the things that they say, and you're going, like, really? I mean, you can't even give an answer when you're in front of Congress and they're doing an investigation. And they ask you for a yes or no answer, and you can't even give a yes or no answer. And you're a president of an Ivy League school. I mean, give me a break.
Well, I mean, like when Hitler rose to power, the circumstances in Germany were perfect for what he did, and the message and the way he controlled people and the way he hypnotized and brainwashed people. And why, if you're a government, wouldn't you look at that and go, we can do that? Yeah, we'll do the same. They're doing the same exact thing. It's in a different way.
Exactly. Hitler did it. It was Germans against Jews. Here, America's doing everybody against white people. Everybody against white people. That's it. Never mind. Rich people don't count. It's everybody against white people that aren't rich. That's it. White people suck, and what are you doing? The schools, the press, everything is just anti. And separate them, and there you go.
If you teach kids that from an early age, then white kids will think that they themselves are the sole problem in America.
Exactly. And you have it coming out of college now, saying, yes, my family oppressed you. My whole family history oppressed you, and this and that. Well, my family just barely paid their bills. I mean, I don't know if my family was oppressing anybody.
I mean, I don't buy any of that stuff. Look, there's no such thing as reparations throughout history. The people on top take advantage of the people and the people who are strong take the land, and they're sorry, but I would never think of giving up my land for any Native Americans, anybody.
No,
it's like that's the way the cards felt, and it's a totally different world, and that's life.
Exactly, that's part of it. That's the human being, and again. I don't see anything that, America, the United States, these 50 or 48 states, the continental 48 states, I don't see any great history before Columbus got here. I don't see any hidden cities built anywhere like the Aztecs or anything like that. I don't see there's no big history of the United States before Columbus got here. I mean, they're not finding, every now and then they may find a dinosaur or something, but they're not finding any historical remnants of a civilization prior to, there was the Native American Indians, and they traveled around the country or whatever. Nomads, whatever you could call them, I don't know. But, and then, we supposedly, wiped them all. Well, most of that, it depends on who you listen to. A lot of them died from alcohol and VD. Did we kill some? Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Yeah,
did they kill some of us? Yeah, so did they. I get it. I mean, you can look at it all different ways. But, I mean, you had this big, gigantic piece of property that nobody was using it at the time. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. I'm sorry. No, there was nothing really going on here.
I mean, that's all pretty much true. But you could make the argument that that what we have done to this country and what we're going to do and how it will all end up was it was the worst use of this country. When we the Indians might have had it right. They just lived off the land, chilled out,
Yeah.
They killed each other a lot, but we do too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
I still don't think we should give it back.
No, and that's the other thing. Like everybody kind of forgets that the Indians were kind of warm between the Indians. It's not like they were all getting kumbaya shit and going and traveling and visiting each other on the holidays. They had their own problems. But again, like if you go back to Washington and Hamilton, and they would definitely be rolling. They're rolling around in their graves now, seeing what the fuck we're doing. With what they gave us. I mean, really.
I mean, if the founding fathers were alive today, they would say, "You guys need to get rid of that government."
Exactly.
They would
because it's not
100%.
It's not the government that they created.
Not
it's
at all.
Nowhere near the government that they created.
When if the founding fathers came back in a time machine, when they got done vomiting over looking at what had happened to America, they would say, "Yeah, start over."
Exactly right. Hit
Start
the
over.
Reboot button. Hit the reboot button.
The founding fathers came up with a great concept. Everything was great, and it really worked for almost 200 years.
Pretty close to it.
You know,
Pretty
so
close
good
to
job.
it.
Now we
it
gotta
was a perfect.
We got to start
there was slavery. There was a lot of things. You know,
It was, yeah.
It was the best plan that had been come up with for a country so far.
And it was a plan in progress that got better as time went on. Yes, when it was first came up, was there slavery? Yeah, there was things. But as time went on, did they get rid of slavery? Did they get rid of women were allowed to vote? And they weren't allowed to vote back then. Not allowed. It was a plan that progressed.
See that
now they're like, no, we got to get rid of that plan.
That's the big thing about the left. The main point should be they don't recognize progress. When you look at the beginning, like you said, the beginning, and then the 50s, things there was a lot of problems.
Exactly,
the 60s still a lot. 70s, gays can marry. Intermarriage, nobody cares about race anymore.
Exactly. And then they said, no, we got to bring that back.
Let's bring it back.
We got to bring that back.
Yep.
How are we going to divide the country? We can't, we can't do Catholics. We can't do Jewish. Let's do everybody against white people. They just fucked everything.
How loathsome are these people? They're the worst people in the world. And it really, anytime I see any political rally with any congressman or senator getting cheered, I'm like, you people, this guy's screwing you till the cows come home and you don't even know it. He's a part of the big screw job. And the best we have to offer is two 80-year-old men.
Yeah, and
so
that's
sad.
You know what? I agree with you. But then I look and I go, all right, what's in the farm system?
Nothing.
There's not a lot in the farm
Nothing
system
in the
here.
farm system.
I mean, it's not a lot in the farm. Like DeSantis, I looked at Nikki Haley and I was like, well, okay, this and that.
She sucks.
But then you find out, she was in bed with the Chinese. She was selling shit left and right. And go, well, when did this come out? Why wasn't this brought out when she was in the UN making speeches and shit? I was like,
just the fact that she worked for the UN should disqualify. That's the most corrupt bullshit organization on the planet.
You want to see New York become a UN delegate?
Yeah,
come on over. You can drive around, not get tickets, do whatever you want.
Buzzy's Moist Red Rocket subscribed. No, he gifted a tier 1 sub. That's 165 he's gifted. That's very impressive, Buzzy. Thank you very much. And I forgot my woo.
You see? Terry Chiave or whatever unplugged. The rich are the oppressors of all of us. And that is absolutely correct. She's absolutely correct. Because from the beginning of time, it's always been the rich.
It's always been the rich.
It's always, okay, it was the rich and the poor, and then America created the rich, the middle class, and the poor. But it's always been the rich. It's always been the rich that were fucking
Ice-T, the rapper, he said, he's like, no, black lives don't matter. He's like, no lives matter. No lives matter.
Yeah,
except the rich.
Rich lives matter. That's
he had it nailed. It's like you shouldn't be out there. You should be out there protesting. The rich, the average rich person. Is not necessarily oppressing too many people. He's getting away with some stuff, but it's the ultra rich that are controlling everything that goes on in the world, and they don't care about nothing but getting more money that they don't even need.
I wonder. I got to be careful how I say this. Like,
tiptoe.
What is it? Like, how many people are really influencing this planet? Like, maybe 100 people?
If that. I think if that.
That what if they weren't in charge? Careful how I say this. That if they just
just weren't in charge
because they're old. Suppose they just died of old age.
And nobody replaces them, and they're not.
That's so many young people. But I mean, But you know what? You look at the human species, and we're not really very nice people. We're not. So there'd be somebody else that would come along.
Somebody would take their place.
Somebody else would come along.
They would.
So it's hard to blame, this one race or this one religion or this one whatever, because if you got rid of the leader of that group, then somebody else would come to replace him.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I think most people really are. I mean, the society functions fairly well. Most people are decent people, right. But there's enough of those bastards who will do anything to get to the top.
Exactly.
That somebody will always do what you said. Oh, this is my brain. I didn't quite backstab enough, but now I can take over.
Exactly. And you see it you see it on our level. When we were working and whatnot, guys, try to backstab you, women, whatever this and that, trying to move up or, become the boss's favorite or whatever this and that. But nobody really, I guess maybe some people got hurt financially because they didn't get a promotion or whatever. But nobody got physically hurt or these people are causing wars and stuff. I mean, you look at Israel, you got Netanyahu, whatever how you say it.
Bibi.
Yeah. And then, the head of Hamas. You got two guys there. I mean, if they were to die of old age, would that solve the problem? Probably not. I mean, because you got some other guy that's right behind Hamas and right saying Israel's,
okay. So you had Yasser Arafat with the PLO back in the day.
Exactly.
And so he got rich. Yeah, he was a rich guy, just like the Hamas leaders are now.
Right.
And they just replaced the PLO with Hamas. It's like they always need a boogeyman.
Yeah.
They just keep that boogeyman going. And now, and like the attack on October 7th had to be so heinous that it gave them carte blanche to do whatever they wanted. Yeah. So it all seems pretty shady to me.
Yeah, well, again, I go back to this Iron Dome defense that got taken out by, a kite. Some guy flying on a kite, defeated the Iron Dome defense. Yeah, and now, you hear things that, what do they call the Israeli CIA? What's their intelligence? Israeli
Mossad.
They hear a lot of heads are going to roll in the Mossad because of that, because they missed all this shit or whatever. Okay, and then and things are coming out. Well, the Israelis kind of knew something was coming for the last year.
It's
so you put your own people in danger. You knew this was coming. You know
why? Because they don't care, do they?
Exactly.
Do they? They don't care about their own people.
And then now we're sending relief to Palestine, to where supposedly the Palestinians aren't even getting most of this relief. Hamas is taking it all. And I'm getting so close to saying hummus.
Hummus is delicious.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting so. I hate to make fun of it.
Don't be a hummus. Don't be a hummus supporter.
If you hear me say hummus, I apologize. But hummus is supposedly taking all this, aid and medical shit and all this. They're taking it all. So I don't. Who gives? Like you said, it's just a couple of guys getting richer and. A bunch of Palestinians and a bunch of Israelis getting killed. And nobody.
And if you look at it, okay, so October 7th, it's horrible, and everybody's against it, but nobody's against the 800 Africans who got killed 2 weeks later in the similar attack. Brutal, vicious, just people butchered with machetes. Nobody cares. Well, why not? And I ain't gonna care until everybody starts caring about the Africans, because I'm not a racist, Jerry, and all you are. That's when I see you can play the race card against the normal people who would play it against you.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna start saying. Why don't you care about those Africans? You only care about white people.
Yeah. Nothing there yet that we want, I guess. It's just it's. The more you watch the news and both sides of it, really, because I really try to, I know, yes, I am conservative. I lean to the right. Okay, I give that up. But I want to hear what the other side has to say, and the more you listen to both sides, the more confused I get. You know, because like sometimes I listen to Fox, I'm going, man, you're a little bit too far on this side. You know, you need to, you know, chill out a little bit. You know, it's just they both suck. I don't know. That's why I live in the villages. I don't know. It's just really hard to, you know, to see these politicians get up there every day. You know, oh, we got to give aid to, you know, to the Ukraine. Oh yeah, Ukraine's back, and you know, Zelensky says, "Oh, wait a second, they're paying too much attention to Israel. I got to fly over to America and get some money. You know, we can't have them forget about me." And oh, okay, let's give them a couple of billion. You know, never mind them 12 million gotaways that crossed the border. You know, let's give Ukraine a couple of billion.
People that, you know, were way into the Ukraine, but then they put the flags in their profiles, and they're as soon as the Israel situation came along, they're like, oh. Yeah, we're done with that. This is my new cause, and
exactly,
they don't. Right. And all of a sudden, the fate of democracy in the world didn't matter to them.
But,
so
you know,
they're full of crap.
Here's the thing, though. You look at Russia and Ukraine. You see, like when it happened, everybody was pro-Ukraine and this and that. You didn't see any of the colleges coming out pro-Russia or nothing. You know, they were pretty quiet, matter of fact. They didn't really say much, you know. But Israel-Palestine, you got pro-Israel, you got pro-Palestine. I mean, you got both sides going at it. You know, like what's going on there?
It's probably contrived, and they know how to manipulate people, but also you're raised like you've said, these kids are indoctrinated in college, and they're indoctrinated against white people, and this is what they would consider Israel to be the white people and the Palestinians to be the non-white people, and so that's what they were told not to like, and I don't know. Yeah, it's a crazy time.
But it's just, and again, back to my original thing of, you can, you know, go against Israel, and you can be, you know, we want you fired and this and that. But in your own country, you can go against your own country and say that we're all murderers and this and that, and we're nothing but thieves. And oh, here's a free scholarship. Come on in. Really? Oh, would you like your own show on MSNBC? Sure. We have an opening at CNN for you. Come on in. Are you kidding me? I mean, really?
I mean, Dick Durbin, last week he was trying to get it passed that illegal immigrants can serve in our army and then get citizenship when they're done, and it's like that's must be what this immigration deal is for, because they can't fill the military. Right. They can't. They've raised a bunch of people who aren't fit enough and even or mentally qualified enough to be in the military, so they're going to bring. And excuse me, when the military has a bunch of foreign people in it, are they going to care about breaking down Jerry's door in the villages and doing whatever, if the government tells them? The government's paying them. They have no loyalty to this country or the American people.
And I say
should be frightening.
It's a good idea. Like, all right, listen, you're 18, whatever, you graduated high school, you're legal. There you go. Do 2 years in the Army, Navy, whatever. Be all you can be, or whatever. But when this shit happens, where's your allegiance? Is your allegiance to America, or, well, I'm just here to get my citizenship? I'm really, from Venezuela. I got no dog in this fight. Venezuela's doing fine now. I'm out of here. Whatever. Or China. Well, you got all these Chinese guys.
You got all these Chinese guys.
Yeah. So let's fight. Maybe they're educated. So okay, now you got an army of what we're turning out, bunch of dumbasses. So now you got these Chinese guys coming in, being pretty educated. Oh yeah, let them. Yeah, they can run our computers and this and that. And now the next thing you know, everything's being sent back to China, and they know exactly where everything is.
And scene. That's it. Yeah. These China. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? If you're from another country, no other country, I don't think, in the history of the world has let all these people in and then possibly invited them into their military, undocumented. Exactly. Why wouldn't you? If you're Russia, if you're China, if you're North Korea,
go cross the border, give yourself up. There you go. And they ask you to be in the military, Say yes.
And you're not like some dredge coming from China. You're a military asset who knows his shit and knows when he gets promoted, in a couple of years, because the other guys are unqualified. He's top of his class and everything in the Army, and he totally sabages us.
Let me ask you this.
How's that a thing?
You remember when Z came to San Francisco?
Yeah, they cleaned up the city, cleaned up all the poop.
Where'd all the homeless people go? And now they're back. So where'd they all go? That's who I'm voting for president. I'm writing in Z. I'm writing in Z because
he got shit done. He got shit done.
He got shit done. Exactly right. In a couple of days, he got rid of the homeless problem. And now they're back. And nobody's saying a word about it. Nobody said they disappeared. They made it think like, oh, he's coming. Yeah, look how clean it is. But nobody said where they went. And now they're back. Nobody said that they're back. What was that all about? Whoever did this solved the problem, right? They solved the problem. They got rid of it. They solved the problem.
I think
why are we not sharing
I think
this?
they bust him to a camp until Z was gone.
Well, let's keep him in a camp then. What's the problem? Have you heard anybody complaining? Any mass suicides of, they put me in a camp so I killed myself? I haven't heard anything.
I've seen stuff on this. The homeless situation is a giant cash cow.
Oh, absolutely.
Billions upon billions. They don't do anything to solve it, and they get billions. Every city in the nation is getting money, and people get billions. Gavin Newsom gets billions to solve homelessness, and he does nothing but steal
the money. Yeah,
like 80% of the money. So,
well, what was the tent? The tent was what? The $200 tent was like $5,000 or something. I mean, talk about markup. Holy shit!
Well, there were $500 hammers 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah,
remember
the toilet bowl, the $900 toilet bowl seat for some aircraft.
And nothing has changed.
I get it.
Nothing has changed.
But
it's gotten worse.
They never showed me. This is the first time they solved the problem. They solved the problem of homelessness in San Francisco. They got rid of it. So why not keep it? It's like, all right, let them all back in. I don't get it. When some communist guy comes over, we got to clean up. But for you working tax-paying people that live there 24/7, fuck you.
Well, that's what they're saying. I almost want to Google what did they do?
Excuse my language.
with the homeless people.
I mean, really. I mean, you've seen it. They were all gone. The streets were clean. They were all gone. And then as soon as he left, they were all back. For a communist leader, for our enemy. We did this for our enemy.
Let's see. This story says, lipstick on a pig. San Francisco clears streets of homeless. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if... It says, addicts and homeless swarm back to San Francisco streets.
Exactly.
So it was just,
Where did they go?
They put him somewhere temporary. I don't know where they put him. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to find that. I don't think.
Where's Geraldo Rivera on this one? There's your investigative reporting.
But there's none of that. There's no investigative reporting anymore. Please.
I will vote for President Z instead of Trump if they tell me where the freaking homeless people went to, because Z obviously solved the problem, and I'm sure he can solve the border problem too. Maybe we got it all wrong.
I always knew.
Maybe Z isn't that bad. Maybe Z's the answer. And
I mean, I'm sure China. I think China is, it's a communist place and it's probably not a good place to live. But
that's what they tell you.
But that's all I've been told.
That's what they tell you.
I've never met a person from China who actually said, "Oh, it's really." I don't see. You don't.
That's what they tell you, Mike. I mean,
you're finally coming around. Everything's a lie, Jerry.
Maybe I'm starting to think Z's my guy. Z's my guy. Z can solve the freaking border problem.
Let's start the campaign.
I'm telling you, Z's my guy.
Z's for me.
Z's for me,
exactly. Get a catchy slogan.
Absolutely.
And it's a small sign because it's two letters.
Z, man.
Z.
Z's for me.
How sad is that?
I mean, again, yeah.
How sad is that?
We complain about the press and everything. Maybe China isn't as bad as what they say it is.
Or maybe the solution is this guy. This guy right here, Jerry.
Well, he's the only solution available to me.
I'm going to see what your response is to this. Matt showed me this on the hang last night. This is a new thing Trump's come out with.
This is your favorite president, Donald J. Trump, with some very exciting news. My last 2 Trump digital trading card collections sold out in just hours. And now I'm back with my latest series called the...
What was that?
That was last year he came out with this. Last year, 2 years ago.
I think this isn't the new one.
These are more cards after you gave?
This is more.
Mugshot edition.
It's the mugshot. It's the mugshot edition.
I wonder where that came from. The mugshot edition. 47 all-new stunning cards, and here is the best part. I'm doing 2 important things for my Trump collectors. For the first time, we're creating a real physical Trump card. Purchase 47 digital cards.
47.
And we'll mail you a beautiful trading card. It is an authentic piece of the suit I wore when I took that now famous mugshot.
This guy could sell
He's got
snow to the Eskimos.
He's got the T-shirts and like coffee mugs and stuff with that mugshot.
Yeah.
With the Christmas hat on.
See, he knows how to work. See, like that mugshot. He probably had an advisor, and they're like, "How?" And you look just like this, and he practiced it, and that's the look he gave, and now it's his trademark.
And it was a great suit, believe me, a really good suit. It's all cut up, and you're going to get a piece of it.
A piece of his suit.
A piece of his suit. There it is, there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Attached to the crate.
Did that come from his ass? Did that come from, where did that come from? His shoulder?
I don't know. An armpit? Did I get an armpit piece?
Be autographing some of them.
Autographing some of them. Some of them.
Collector's item. This is something to give
exactly.
to your family, to your kids and your grandchildren. With the purchase of...
Look at that. Look at that picture. Look at that
capitalism at the best. This is capitalism. I mean, this
you don't
is
have
like
to
the guy
buy. You don't have to buy these.
Sold the Pet Rock. Pet Rock, 1995. You get a piece of my suit. I'm cutting up my suit, and then you're gonna get a piece of it.
Yeah, I mean, this guy knows. He knows what he's doing.
47.
Look at that. That didn't even look like him. When he was young, he didn't look like that. Look at how that woman is like. Oh,
is that the lawyer? No.
She's like, you can grab my pee any day,
exactly
any day, and he's like, go ahead, grab her pee. Even though she's my wife.
The Trump digital trading cards. You will also be invited to join me for a gala dinner at my beautiful Mar-a-Lago, my home in Florida. You've perhaps heard of it. It's become a pretty famous place. We just had our first dinner for my collectors, and we had a lot of fun together. That was a great evening.
Oh, see, that could be you, Jerry.
That could
be you.
I think the Mike and Jerry show needs to send me there.
Yep.
That was a fantastic.
I think we need whatever. Send him money to send Jerry to the Trump dinner.
Yep. Imagine you're this guy. You paid all that money, and then you're out of focus.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Evening. Some people call these cards
there you
pop
go. There's
art
the
or
card. I
modern
stand
art.
with Trump.
I wish I looked
There
as
we
good
go.
as
Look
I
at
do
him.
on those.
He's Abraham Lincoln. He's
They
Abraham Lincoln.
Give me muscles
Look at him.
where, believe me, I don't
American
have them.
Superhero. Look at
I
the
wanted
cut.
to.
He's cut there, man, like he's been working out in the gym.
Actually,
look at that. Look at him there.
Actually, he does a little self-deprecation here.
Do on those cards, that I can tell you.
He says, "I wish I looked as good as I did in these cards."
Give me muscles where, believe me, I don't have them.
Yeah, there it is.
I wanted to keep my Trump digital trading cards at the same price, $99 each. So go to collecttrumpcards.com. It's really easy to buy. They sold out incredibly fast.
Digital cards are just something that's on your phone, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like an actual card that
It's
you can
not.
hold.
No. Unless you buy all of them, then you get.
Then you get the one card
with a piece of the suit.
With the suit, yeah.
And everybody's going to do it. It's limited time. There's only so much of that suit, Jerry. There's only so much of the suit.
Fast the last time, and I think the
Why are we
mugshots
selling,
is your favorite
digital
president.
Mike and Jerry cards. We need to sell
With
digital Mike and Jerry
with a piece of something.
Well, when we come up with 50 cards, then we'll sell a piece of our T-shirts.
And you can have a barbecue with us in the backyard.
Yeah,
take a picture.
Last time, and I think the mugshot edition will sell out even faster.
Yes, it will.
So don't miss out. Go to collecttrumpcards.com. Go right now and collect your own exclusive piece of American history, and we'll all have fun together. Have a good life.
Let me tell you something.
Look at that.
Well, love him or hate him, whatever you want to do.
I know.
But has any politician ever have a collection card series?
No.
You know?
No.
I mean, come on. You know, really.
I think Bill. See, I think they just don't know how to work. Like Bill Clinton could have saw it. Here's my collector. Here's me rescuing a child from a burning house. Yeah, people would have bought that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look, check it out. It gets even better. Gets even better. Fireworks, fireworks, and a salute.
I think when he becomes president, he should change like the Oscar. The Oscar should look like him. You know, when they hand out the Oscar, it should change it to handing out the Donald.
The Donald. You get the Donald. Well, he's going to do that because he's going to become a dictator, Jerry.
That's right. That's right. When he becomes a dictator, he's going to change Oscar to the Donald.
Once he's done executing half the people in Hollywood,
exactly. Well,
the rest will get Donalds.
Depends if they only make pro-Donald movies. You know.
Oh, look, more fireworks. More fireworks.
Look at him, man. He's been in the gym all week.
Oh, my God.
Cut.
See, how can you not find this amusing? I would imagine some people get very angry about this. I just think it's hilarious.
That's what
it's
I'm saying.
hilarious.
Like, oh, you know, how can he do something like this? You know, really? Look at the clowns that are running around in Congress and sitting in the White House now. You know, really?
And it's, I'm sorry. Let's just look at this from a business aspect. I'm sorry that no one in politics today could come out with this and sell one of them.
You know
other than the corporations who are buying them all. But he's going to sell out of these.
The guy in Pennsylvania that had the stroke.
Fetterman.
He should have a card collection. Are you kidding me? With shorts, wearing shorts, and then if you buy 50 cards, you get a piece from his shirt. I think Fetterman could pull it off. He might, with a speech that, is unintelligible speech.
I mean, I'd like to take this commercial and put Fetterman in do it exactly the same. Oh, it would be equally as
exactly
as
That's
joyful.
How I mean, Fetterman.
Equal time for Fetterman.
Election's got to be coming up. You need some money. Come on, man.
And actually, you see, he could do it because it would be such a rib. People would clamor for it.
Exactly.
He should do it. We should call Fetterman.
Send him a text.
Yeah, let's get Fetterman on the blower right now.
Send him a text. He needs to do this.
Give him some even if he doesn't win, he's going to get paid.
He's going to get some big bucks.
Paid. Let's see Fetterman.
What does a digital card cost? I mean, what do? You send it to somebody's email? I mean, what does that cost?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You got to hire one.
I take a picture of you with my camera. Now, if somebody sends me in $20, okay, what's your email address? And I send you a digital picture of Mike.
Yeah.
I'd say $20. Costs nothing.
So imagine this, except it's solid gold John Fetterman in his hoodie.
That's it. Hoodie and shorts.
Oh, my God.
Hoodie and shorts.
I'm buying it, Jerry.
Hoodie and shorts, man. I'm telling you, Fetterman's missing a boat.
Hey, what a gift if you give somebody a digital Fetterman card for Christmas. That's the greatest gag gift of all time.
And you buy all the cards and you get a piece of his hoodie.
Sometimes autographed. I'm telling you, Fetterman's missing the boat. That should be Fetterman.
We're missing the boat. We should be promoting this shit.
Yep. Trump knows how to work. He just knows that, sorry you don't like him. That's fine, but he knows how to work. He knows how to make money. He knows how to. Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, I'm tempted to buy one, but just for the shits and grins, you can't. All of a sudden, I'm a right wing wacko because I thought it was funny.
And I'll send it
That's
to
what
you.
you do. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do that and put it on my phone and tell everybody I did it.
See, and then when he becomes president, though, he's gonna lock your ass up.
He's gonna execute me. He's gonna execute me because he's always gonna be president.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right, for life.
His successor will be Donald Jr.
Yep.
And then Donald Jr.
I think Ivanka maybe.
Ivanka. See, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, The Rock. The Rock is rumors. The Rock's going to run for president. We got reality stars, we got senile men, and we got professional wrestlers.
I think they got something on The Rock because they keep bringing him up and he keeps knocking it down. And maybe something. He's like, hey, I don't need that bullshit.
I mean, why would you want if you were? He's how much money.
Yeah.
He's
loaded.
He's still, he's a little advanced in age, but since he's so buff, he can still act.
Yeah.
He's got probably hundreds of millions of dollars.
Like,
why would you want to
need that shit? People looking into my business and whatnot.
I don't need that shit. People trying to assassinate me and all that. I don't need that stuff. I'd vote for if The Rock was running. I'd probably vote for him just for the heck of it, because that's fun. So you got 7. I'm looking for. So I guess Poland, not too fond of what's going on in Israel. Here's the MP. I don't know what that means. It's somebody high up in the political party in Poland. He takes a fire extinguisher and extinguishes the Hanukkah candles.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know how this went over in Poland. And let me tell you, Jerry, Trace, we had a fire extinguisher in here one time, and Trace did it as a gag, and it's not smoke, it's like sand. Yeah. It's like it was a nightmare, and he just did a couple blasts. So this guy is really causing a scene. He's gonna blast him. He's gonna blast him. Look at that woman's trying to stop him. He's blasted her in the face. He blasted her in the face. He's gonna blast you. Better shut up. This guy, he had no idea that a fire extinguisher was gonna be that bad. I guarantee it. Now he's posing. He's mean mugging now. It's like, yeah, I did it. What are you gonna do about it? You never know if these people are upset with him doing that to the candles, or just because he's got he did it right in her eyes. Yeah. She's probably furious. All right, I can't understand Polish, so now he's leaving. So I don't know how that went over. I don't know what the feelings are in Poland. You never know.
I mean, again, they got World War II. I know Hitler went in there with there were a lot of Polish Jewish people, but
yeah. So today, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
I don't know what that guy's beef is. But he's probably feeling the same way a lot of people are. It's like, why is this the most important thing in the world to everybody when other things are happening equally as bad all over the world and we don't even care? I think that's a legitimate position to have. There was an Armenian genocide just like last year, exactly. And nobody knows. Nobody knows and nobody cares. So I ain't caring and I ain't knowing.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, everything was kind of quiet there, but let's release some money that we're holding on the Middle East. Let's give the money back. And then we, I don't know, what did we give out? $500 billion or some shit. We released it. And then, October 7th happens. So was it planned maybe? Because supposedly the terrorists were low on money before this all started. And now we release money, and now they got all sorts of money. So maybe, hey, we need some money to sell arms and whatnot. We gotta cut loose their money so they can buy our arms. Again, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the people who run Hamas live in Qatar and they're billionaires.
Exactly.
And you don't hear, like, wouldn't this be like something like you go, well, we know where the leaders of Hamas are, and we're going to talk to the Qatari government, and they're either going to turn them over, or we're going to send the troops in to get them. Have you heard anybody say that?
And that's what, and that's part of the club, because you mean like Joe Biden or Prime Minister of England or this guy in Poland, and I mean, you don't hear of anybody being taken out. You don't hear of any leaders being taken out.
Never.
Maybe some third or fourth world country gets, every now and then.
A Gaddafi or a Hussein.
What's the country next to the Dominican Republic there?
Haiti
or whatever. They overthrow them every now and then. But no, first or second world country.
No.
Because they're part of the club, man.
Yeah.
We kill. We'll sell, we kill, and leave us alone.
It's a good gig. I wish I could get it.
Get in the club.
Get in the club, man.
Get in the club. Because, I mean, look what they did to all right, Hitler supposedly killed himself. So look what they did to all his generals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
They locked them all, what was it, the Hague trials or something trials there? So why aren't we doing this to like Russia or China or whatever, who is supposedly abusing these people and stuff. China's supposedly abusing these people from India and whatnot. I mean, why aren't these people being brought to trial or being charged anyway? I mean, we're charging Hunter Biden with going to a fucking prostitute, but yet if you kill 1 million people, that's a little bit out of our territory.
Yeah, but I don't think the U.S. could prosecute anybody in China.
But at least, again, maybe it's all bullshit. Maybe Z's my guy.
It's all bullshit.
Z for me.
Z's for me.
Z's for me, man. I'm telling you.
I like Ike. Z's for me.
Exactly.
We figured it out. We're voting for Z. Maybe we can convince everybody we have a block of votes to write
some Z
write in Z.
Z digital cards. We start the Z campaign.
Catch some Z's.
Exactly.
Oh, all right. Thanks for tuning in to the Mike and Jerry Ned in your head tomorrow, 7:45. Bar show, maybe, hopefully. And
Happy holidays, everybody.
We'll see you